Hello, everybody. It's me. It's Andy Decade. Andy here. We got Big D. Hello, Big D. We're in pre-show at the moment.
Hello.
So we haven't started just yet. We're going to be talking about Binaltech today, so that should be
Yeah,
a thing. We'll see how
it,
that
it
goes.
it's an interesting little one, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I say, we're in pre-show, so we don't have to Google about it too much. You
Mm.
excited for the Warhammer stuff that was shown for next week? Or are you not too bothered?
Uh, uh, hmm. I would
Eh.
like that Mechanicum Battle Force just because I like for but I wish they were going to do rules for it in 40k.
Are they not?
Oh no, none of the heresy stuff for Mechanicum can be used
Oh,
in
it's heresy
Mechanicus.
stuff. Okay, I didn't say it was
Yeah,
heresy stuff.
yeah, which is tad frustrating,
No.
but it is what it is.
It is what it
I've seen a
is.
lot of
Oh
people,
my god.
lots of folks getting hot under the collar for Latara Sarin, the old captain of the Conqueror.
That's an old model though, right? It's already been
No,
out.
it's a new one.
Oh, okay. I
Uh,
thought it already
they
came out.
they revealed it quite a while ago. In fairness,
Oh,
same with
okay. That's probably where
same
my confusion was because I saw
same with
that and I was
Angron.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, because I saw that Angron and I was like, that already came out. I saw that ages ago, like
yeah,
months ago,
yeah.
like
It,
mid last year or earlier. Oh, sorry, later.
I think it was like the September reveal show.
Was it not earlier than that? Jeez, it feels like it's been that's been announced for a
Angron
while.
might have been earlier, but I'm pretty sure the AdMech or the Mechanicum stuff and Latara Sarin got revealed around the end of summertime.
Weird. Oh well.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah.
Right, but I got my order in for Titus and Friends and the 500 World slipcase, so I'm happy
Oh,
about that.
okay. Okay.
I want to. I've not really stayed up to date on the end of edition campaigns for the last few editions, but
Mm.
this time around I want to give it a go just to see how it pans out for a change, just so I can stay current and actually. Normally they're quite nice reads, so
Hopefully. As long
fingers
as
crossed.
kind of not like the clusterfuck that the Fall of Cadia was.
I mean, I bought the Gathering Storm books long after the end of 7th edition, so I wasn't as worried about the rules, but reading through them is kind of funny, especially when you start reading because I've already finished the Fall of Cadia novel
Mm.
by Robert Raff, which is funny because it does retell chunks of the Fall of Cadia campaign book,
Yeah.
but it also has to work around the fact that there's at least 3 other books I'm aware of, novels, that take place around the Fall of Cadia,
Oh my god.
on Cadia or around it. So it has to kind of account for some of these story beats taking place.
What a clusterfuck.
Yeah, fun though.
Alright.
I always enjoy seeing how people try and negotiate those minefields.
Was the Fall
So,
of Cadia when they introduced, or just after that, when they introduced the Primaris out of nowhere?
Primaris was 8th. Fall of Cadia was part of Gathering Storm at the very end of 7th.
Okay, so yeah,
So
it was just about to kick off with the Primaris.
yes, he had Fall of Cadia, Rise of Inead, and then
Indomitus?
Return of the Primarch,
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
or Primarch's Awakening. I can't remember what it's called now.
Alright.
And they did a triple set of minis for each one, which were all really. The Aldo one was the only one that was actually consistent because for Cadia, you got Call, Saint Celestine and her sidekicks, and I can't even remember if there was any. Oh, Inquisitor Greyfax.
Mm.
No guard in the book about the big guard campaign. Weird.
Why would there be?
I know, right? The Eldar had the Inari Triad, which were actually quite nice models, to be fair. Just wish they'd done more of them since. And then Return of the Primarch was Bobby G, the Grey Knight Grandmaster with a Thunder Hammer, and
Oh yeah.
Cypher. Because why wouldn't Cypher be there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? I suppose.
Yeah. Hey ho.
Hey ho. Well,
Hmm.
I've got everything set up pretty much, so we may as well hit
Cool.
the music, and we'll
Oh
start
yeah.
with the Transformer ring.
Yeah.
All right, music time.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decade Andy. We are back with the Big D here for a talk about toy lines. Hey, Big D.
Hello. How you doing, dude?
Not too bad, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Are you coping with the cold weather of January?
Yeah, by not going out of the house.
Yeah, the wisest thing
It's
to
all
do.
it's all nice and toasty in here. So,
Oh, you got the heating on full.
well, house my room is basically I have insulation in the form of stacks of books.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, technically, you've built your own insulation fort. That's an interesting way to look at it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it helps me feel better about myself for thinking
There
that
you,
way.
well, it helps. Hopefully, should save on heating, which would be good. So that's not too
Hmm.
bad. But today we're going to be talking. Well, since we've kind of finished talking about the Michael Bay movies, thank God, at least for the toy line wise, I thought why not go
Hallelujah.
back to 2003 when things were still good, and talk about the Binaltech line / alternators line, a
Yeah.
line that came out either a similar time or very close to the first Masterpiece Optimus Prime figure, MP01.
It was very close to that.
Yeah.
Because
It was within the same year, or if not, within a couple of months, I'm sure. Because I remember I bought my first box of Japanese Transformers, and it contained at least one or two Binaltechs and MP Prime and something else, which I can't remember. Maybe Galaxy Force? Maybe?
well, I remember I bought my MP1 Prime around this point, and well, my MP1
Oh, you got the
Convoy.
Japanese one as well? You didn't get the American
Yeah.
one?
No, well, at
Yeah.
that point they hadn't released the American one, so I went straight to the source and got the MP1 Convoy.
Back in 2003, when getting stuff from Japan was not as smooth as it is today.
I try. Did I get it off eBay?
I think I got it
yeah,
off a website,
yeah.
but I don't remember. I might have got. Did I get mine from Robot Kingdom? Were Robot Kingdom around at that point? I definitely got
I
it
think
from Japan, but I'm sure it wasn't eBay. I'm positive.
I think
it
Robot
wasn't.
Kingdom might have been because they are they have been around a long time.
Yeah, they have. I
It
don't think
might
I got.
be-
I don't think I did Hobbyland Japan because I don't think Hobbyland
No.
Japan was around then.
Or certainly not as prevalent around then.
Yeah, no, I want to say they weren't around at all because that's like
Yeah.
well, I don't think it's an English guy that runs it, but it's a Western styled company, I think, that
Yeah.
just happens to operate out of Japan and sends the stuff out to
Yeah.
Ubos like us.
Mm.
So I don't know.
But the funny thing is, I didn't end up getting. I never got any of the Binaltech. I only had but I had a smashing of alternators.
Okay, well, that's good. You'll get me worried. I'll be honest, the only real difference between the two were one had diecast in and the other didn't.
Yeah. And
Otherwise, they were mostly the same.
I must admit, though, the one we were looking at first, I didn't have him, but I had his redeco.
You'll need to be way more specific.
I know. Right? I had Silver Streak because that was the first one that hit UK shelves that I saw on a UK shelf.
Well, we may as well just get into it. It's the Subaru Impreza WRC smokescreen from 2003, which is based off the 2003 Subaru blah 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 blah, which you just mentioned. Did the American one have rubber tires as well? Because the Japanese one obviously had die-cast. It had rubber tires. Tires that moved as well.
I can't remember because I moved my alternators on a while ago now, but I'm pretty sure they did because it was part of the selling point that they were going for. Because this was pre-Masterpiece, this was like the bespoke, high-end,
the fancy
line.
toy. Yeah,
and they were going for maximum accuracy in the alt modes, so rubber tires would have been a must.
I think they did because I didn't have Binaltech smokescreen, this one, but I did have the alternators version of him. And there were two versions of him. There was they were basically the same. There's just one had on the door a 7 and one had an 8 on the door. So if you wanted to be a completist, I mean, good luck to you, but yeah, I don't know why you
I mean,
would.
I'm seeing the fact Hasbro said that it was a shell former, and I'm like, what do you mean it was a fucking shell former? I could never find this bastard.
I want to say I did see it around a long time after the fact, but I don't. It might have been one of those figures that was hard to get at first and then just sat.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure I saw these. In terms of transformation, by today's standards, this one was reasonably okay, especially compared to the rest of the Binaltech alternated figures. Not as maybe about as complex as some of the figures we get today.
I'd say that's reasonable. I mean, there was a lot of really not fresh engineering, but stuff that we hadn't really seen all come together.
Yes,
because this was a very gimmick. This was gimmick free in a way that we hadn't had for Line B for a while. Certainly not.
Yeah,
because we were still in the Unicorn trilogy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was all about an accurate car mode and a robot that was about as articulated as you could get at this point.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at the picture of Smoking here, and that is the classic Autobot Datsun car robot form, just with proportions were a little odd, say around the shoulders, just for how broad he is, but all the beats are there. It poses pretty well.
Mostly. I mean, and again, for the time period, it was very posable for the time. There's no kind of how you tilt, so that's always a bit of an issue. There was no. Was there a waist joint? I don't think there was.
I think because of how much the torso held, they couldn't really do that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Another inaccuracy, not really inaccuracy. Blah, 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 blah. He doesn't have the side head guns, which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked them to have been a separate thing, but he did come with a gun that was his engine block, which was a really nice little thing. And you mentioned there were no gimmicks. I would say the gimmick was, let's have a car that doesn't have any noticeable robot on the inside of the car. It's not really a gimmick, obviously, but that was.
It's not, but it's
by today's standards as well. That's still a hard thing to do. Very
absolutely.
Hard thing.
I mean, and the fact that for guns on almost all the alternators, it turned into things like either the engine, a gas tank,
an exhaust,
or a spare tire in at least one place.
Yeah.
I think the sword on one of them, I was going to look at in a bit, formed the drive axle effectively. But the key thing is they were hidden. They were disguised. They were disguised in our Ropes in Disguise line. What a novelty!
But there's no obvious Autobot insignia or Decepticon insignia either in the vehicle mode, which I know obviously irks some people, and logically makes sense why they shouldn't have it on their robot modes. Sorry, the vehicle modes, but should have them on the robot modes. But that was a concession for a child's toy, I think, more than anything else.
Yeah, and it's also important to remember these were fully licensed.
Yes, that's probably the most expensive part of what these were for when they were making them, I suspect.
Yeah, and the Subaru were kind of hot at this point as well.
I'll have to take your word for it.
In the WRC was it was doing stuff.
Did they talk about it on Top Gear?
Quite a bit, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll admit, there was a point where I was like, "Oh, I'd love an Impreza."
All right. Because to be honest, I can't see James May driving around in this kind of car and having a good time. Richard Hammond, yes. I can see him flipping the car and having a good time as well.
Oh yes, they got Clarkson and Hammond to do all the Imprezas over the years.
That makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's not Jag.
But no, it's
Jag.
But what is a Jag?
Jag. Yeah, no, for a first off figure, not bad. I'm trying to think of things I didn't like. Again, the feet were not very nice. The feet didn't actually do a huge amount of transforming, and they do look kind of ugly compared to the rest of the figure. No waist joint is mentioned. I do really like the fact that I think you mentioned that the doors all open on the car. The only one that doesn't is the boot for obvious reasons. The steering wheel is a separate entity as well. It doesn't twist left and right, but the wheels had this cool thing, which was a little annoying as well for the robot mode, where on the top of the shoulders next to the wheels, there's these two little bits of plastic that stick up that have little magnets on the bottom, and there's an axle on the underside of the car. So when you turn the front wheel, or one of the front wheels, it shifts the other one left and right. So it does leave extra bits of plastic on the shoulders that are a bit annoying for the robot mode. But it's a nice little extra feature for the car mode, which is like, oh, it's cool. That's cool. The seats do the neat thing of like folding up to become the abdomen area, which again is quite nice. It's not a bad idea. And in terms of diecast, I remember the diecast, I think, was the bonnet of the car. I don't remember what. I remember definitely the bonnet was, but I don't remember what else. I'm not sure if anything else was, but definitely the bonnet. The roof didn't do a huge amount, though. If I remember, it was on a translucent ball joint, like the top of the roof. I don't. Yeah, that's right. It was because you turned it round for some reason. I think so. You hit the 8 to the 7 in robot mode. But didn't really tidy up anything. But a little bit of a butt flap, but not awful, not crazy. Solid first release, and he did get reused a few more times at the very least. As he got done into Silver Streak, Ricochet, Ricochet being an American exclusive, and he got done into Blue Streak as well, and also got done for the Binaltech Asterisk line, which was what if we do them again, but put a little tiny anime girl with them, and we'll work around this. So first off, Silver Streak. Silver Streak is him, but without all the cool tampos on, and is silver and red. Handsome car, I'd say. Handsome looking. Maybe he does have a articulated waist. Looking at the side shot of him.
Actually, yeah, that does look articulated, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the waist joint is at the back of the waist rather than like where the front is, maybe. I'm not sure. This was okay. I had this one as well. I think Blue Streak was a bit more visually interesting just because you had all the tampos. This was a bit of a downgrade visually because it's not nearly as poppy. It's the same mold. Throw in thoughts if you have any as well, Big D.
No, I mean, this was my first alternator.
Oh, okay.
This specific deco. So it is kind of funny that this is probably the one instance where Silver Streak and Blue Streak actually match the colors.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
To the car.
Yeah, it's the Rumble is red, Frenzy is blue. I always feel like Blue Streak and Silver Streak and Smoke Screen always gets a bit fluffy.
I didn't know if they'd done Ricochet though. That actually doesn't look too bad.
Not bad. I will say that the fire is a bit half-arsed. I would have liked them to have gone a little bit heavier on the flames across the doors. There's nothing on top of the roof. There's only a small fire thing on the front of the bonnet. I think in robot mode it looks better, but I think it needed more like fire effect to really kind of amp it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, where you've got that gold into the middle, it's just a flat gold. There's nothing there. That even needed to have a detail effect so you maybe could see the other colors through it, or just throwing it out there, maybe a flaming bird image.
Yeah, you could either go with something like they did for the Turbo Masters, because they had a few like fiery bird effects on their bonnets of their car, or you could just go and do something more similar to like a Hot Rod or something like that.
Yeah, or because this isn't actually because this one's not it's licensing the car body, not the actual deco. They could have just put Autobot logos in the middle of the flames.
Yeah, they have the Autobot logo on the license plates. Why not just put it on the car? Maybe it's again the idea that they're trying to keep it incognito a little bit more, but it does feel like it's missing something, like you said, from the center of the flame. It's missing.
Yeah. Like when they start saying that, you then get a situation. So you're telling me a car that's gloss black with bright flame decals on the sides and the bonnet is low key and inconspicuous.
Well, it depends whereabouts in the country, I suppose, right? the boy racer areas of the country, yeah, this would be low key, I suppose.
That's fair. Yeah,
it does have gold rims as well, which is pretty stylish, I suppose, which I do like. Yeah, it just feels like it's almost there, but it's not quite hit it. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, this is a brilliant statement of intent for the line.
Yeah.
If you got this tells you what the intent is. It's not fully there, like you say, but it's got everything nearly. It just needs a little bit extra.
It's like there's a lot worse in this line. There's a really Grimlock's terrible. We'll talk about Grimlock, but that's a fucking awful figure. Jesus Christ. There's the blue streak, which is just blue, so it's a clean version of the car. Just it's fine.
I mean, it's a very nice metallic blue. So
yeah, it's just blue at the end. He's like very blue.
Oh yes,
it's like when you get like when you see Gundam shows and you see like, oh, you got all these interesting mech designs, and then you just go, oh, it's a Gundam, but what if it's just blue and no other highlight colors? It's like, oh, well, that's fine, but the other ones are more interesting. This is a background color scheme,
Yeah,
a bit boring. And then you have the Binaltech Asterix figure, which is red alert. So they didn't really do a huge amount of remolding. They just added a police light bar on the top. He looks more like, I think he's meant to be, he's a police car rather than an ambulance car. He's also got Japanese kanji on his doors and spoiler for whatever reason. I think the color scheme's quite nice on this. I do like this.
Yeah.
And does it show the little figure he came with?
That works.
With a PVC human figure, Ai Kuramara. There she is. If you click on the link, you can see Ai Kuramara. There were two versions of the Ai Kuramara figure. There was one where she had a giant flesh-colored brick to clamp around her foot so she could stand. Always a good sign from a Japanese figure. And then there was a sat-down version that could actually sit inside of the car mode and look like she was driving it. That was quite a neat little feature.
Yeah.
Not crazy. Obviously, the figure's not... I'd say it's not super well designed. The face is a little scary in a way. It's not got the... I'm trying to think what animation style it has, because it looks familiar.
I'm getting a bit of Pokemon out of that face, to be honest, and it's scaring me.
Yes, yeah, that quite sharp angles, but small features.
It's like Ash had an older sister who joined the cops.
It does actually look a bit like Ash. Yeah, I could see that. Ash with boobs and then woman attire. I guess this is standard police-ish outfit for the era. I don't know. Knee-high socks and whatnot. But again, to have something be able to sit inside of the car, it's kind of neat.
The fact that she can sit in the car and is also a fully decorated figure in its own right. That's... Yes. I mean, compare this to some of those the Human Alliance figures.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does say here that, because I completely forgot, and I've sold mine off a long time ago, that it's more of a case of you pop off her arms and her torso and replace them with the driving hands, arms, obviously, and the lower legs for sitting. So she only has one torso and one head, but then like two sets of arms and two sets of lower halves of her body as well. So again, still a neat little feature.
I still take this over any of the Human Alliance figures, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this is the good kind of scale to work with as well. No, I'm trying to think. No, it says here that it's 2005 was Binaltech Asterix. So I'm trying to think, when was Dark of the Moon? Big D, you know things.
That was 09, wasn't it? 09 or...
Ooh, are these pre-Human Alliance?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
by a long way.
Oh, and it did it better, arguably. Even though I guess it's fair to say that they, when these wouldn't be kid-friendly toys. At least the mini figure, because it doesn't do anything, and a kid might just eat her or something like that, rather than like play with it. I don't know. Still interesting enough. Next up we have Hound, who I didn't think was so early. Hound being a Jeep Wrangler, a classic Jeep Wrangler that any full-blooded American probably has had or wanted at one point in their life, right? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know why I'm asking you. You're not American, so.
No, but I'd be lying if I said that there have been points in my life where if I wanted a 4x4, I'd have gone for a Jeep like this, because...
I'll tell you why I don't like Jeep Wranglers. They don't have roofs. They have that like tarpaulin kind of material thing. Nah, I want a metal roof, please.
Yeah, you want a Land Rover?
Sure, yeah. No, I'll have a Humvee. Why not? English country roads are made for Humvees. Perfect time for them. But you mentioned that about the gun. This wasn't a hidden wheel or anything for Hound's gun, but it did store in the extra wheel compartment on the back of the car mode.
Yeah, which I always thought was quite cute.
Yeah, they didn't have to worry about an engine for this one. So again, the design aspect wise is he does have a very big chest, as did the smokescreen, and his arms clearly just kind of tuck underneath there. They did have a neat little gimmick, well, not a gimmick, transformation thing where the the calf kind of shin are the seats in the back, so they kind of flatten down and spin around, which was quite nice for where they were in the car mode. Did you have this one, Big D? I forgot to ask.
I did. I had the alternators version of him again.
Yeah. Again, I think the big difference was it was just die-cast on the top.
Yeah, and this was just, again, it was... I saw it on the shelf. I think I got mine from Toys R Us, in fact. But because I'd never had a Hound before, it was nice to actually finally get one. And it was recognizably Hound. It wasn't just the name on another figure.
And it's close enough to the kind of Jeep he was in the show. Like, it's not really the same Jeep. It's like, I mean,
sure, it's a darker shade of green, but it's close enough, you know?
And again, he doesn't have the shoulder-mounted gun, which is, again, a bit of a shame. But it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Fine enough. He does have ankle tilts this time. But in having ankle tilts, he's got that really noticeable, like, ankle joint and then very flat foot.
Oh, yes.
Like, again, proportionally, a bit awkward. A little bit awkward. But the Jeep mode, again, clearly the highlight of the figure and was very nicely done, I think.
Yeah. And the suspension was always quite fun as well with that.
Did this one have the magnetic wheel twisty-turny thing? I don't think it did.
No, they've noted on the description that it lacked the steering, which makes sense because you kind of it's a trade-off, I think, for suspension or the steering. So they went for suspension to...
That's right. This one bounced, didn't it? Yeah, that was quite fun. Yeah.
Spring-loaded suspension.
It was only in the front, though, wasn't it? It wasn't in the back. I don't think it was in the back.
I think it might have been all four, to be fair.
I'll take your word for it. I can't remember.
I'm willing to be corrected, but I'm sure that one of the things of it was the fact that it did have all four wheels. But
again, pretty solid. I mean, visually, I don't think any of them are visually in car mode as interesting as the Subaru, just because it's a rally car, so it's got all the sponsorships and all that on. But again, it's got like the nice tan interior, like leather seating, which is it's nice. It's all right.
Yeah, it's doing the thing where because it's got the license, they're nailing that license.
Yeah, that's probably the stipulation, right? If you don't get the license, you get fucked.
Yeah, but the fact that we're getting that accurate a car with, let's be honest, quite a nice robot. So far, we're 2 for 2 on robots. They do have little flaws, but to get that nice of a robot out of that clean of an alt mode, even Masterpiece struggled with that over the years.
I think maybe the issue with Hound is it maybe felt repetitive because we'd already had Smokescreen, and granted, this one transforms a little bit differently, but silhouette-wise, they're kind of similar, you know?
I think part of the problem they did run into is because most of the cars that are recognizable were Autobots in the original line, and they all tended to have the same. As much as they did have different alt modes, and some of the transformations had slight differences, there was a limited number of actual body types for them to play with.
Yeah.
For how they got transformation. And I mean, it took them a long time to start even considering, like, well, I don't think Sideswipe was he a particularly early one?
I think so. I won't be able to check until we kind of look at him next, but yeah.
Yeah, but it did mean that you've got a core set of body types that does lead to the fact that these are getting a bit repetitive.
We will notice rather chat and you and me will notice a lot of the hood of the car is just their chest. A lot of these are just that. Which is again a bit of a shame. It's one of those things you look at and you go, that's a lot of them. Now out of Hound, there was also Swindle, Rollbar, and Swindle, obviously for Binaltech. So Swindle is probably what you would expect, but he does have a new head.
Yeah.
I would say he's visually more interesting than Hound, and I think it's because of how bright yellow he is.
Oh yeah, it's a borderline offensive shade of yellow. It's great.
It's not the right color again because Swindle's more
mustardy. Yeah.
But it's distinct.
For Swindle, it does kind of fit personality because he's an abrasive asshole.
Yeah, and again, it's good enough. You probably couldn't sell the Jeep Wranglers or Jeep as a company on can we color your thing mustard color.
And by the way, he's a slightly demented arms dealer.
Oh, I don't think they mentioned that. They probably wouldn't mention that. For silhouette wise, it's close enough to being fine. It's obviously not Swindle's look at all, but in terms of like a repaint with a new head at least, you go, yeah, okay, that's fine, that's okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's an easy repaint because it's a Jeep. Another Jeep character into another Jeep, and I mean, I picked this one up, I think, as part of a second-hand lot from a boot sale.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I had it for a while though because I didn't know what to do with it because it was missing like the silver-plated bull bars.
Oh, really? Someone had pulled them off.
Yeah, it was a bit of a junker in places, to be fair.
Oh, damn.
I'm trying to remember how I got a shot of it in the end. It might even still be in a wardrobe somewhere. Yeah, my other alternates were easy to get rid of because they were all still boxed, if not minty fresh. But
you need to get yourself a cool noir detective's outfit and just look at your cupboard and say, "I'll find you, Swindle," and you'll just hear, "No, you won't." Yes, I will. You won't.
No. What I need is a sort of miner's helmet with a periscope lamp on.
Oh, okay, yeah. Going back to the mines.
Because that's what I'll probably be like at one point.
You need one of those proper excavators just to dig through it all. That'd be great. So there's Swindle. Sorry, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, Swindle is a fun repaint and was in retrospect, not unexpected, but initially there was a bit of it's Swindle. Yay!
One I would say is unexpected is Rollbar. Because I don't remember ever seeing Rollbar. I'm even looking at the image now, and this doesn't ring any bells. I don't think I've seen this at any convention either.
They made him red.
They made it, well, yeah. Rollbar's red, isn't he?
No, he's green.
What's the difference between red and green? It's practically the exact same color. Using the Swindle head again, which is fine. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a nice color, red, and cars are red, and I'm sure there are red Jeeps, but I don't know why you choose Rollbar for that when, like you said, he's green. At least don't call him Rollbar. I get, like, you've got Hound, and Hound's the green one, and doing another green one doesn't really make sense, but then why do Rollbar?
If they were going to use a throttle bot, they could have just called him Chase.
Yeah, sure.
They were going red.
It doesn't matter. I guess they wanted to choose something again that was a Jeep, and Rollbar is a Jeep, and I guess they run into that problem of, well, fuck, he's green as well.
He was the same green as Hound originally was as well.
Yeah,
because he has that same military green. It's like, well, do we want to do another Autobot Jeep who's in the right color for Hound but with a different head, just to really annoy everyone?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't think that's a great idea. So then we get the red Jeep. So it's just Swindle, but red, and then it looks like tan for the arms. I can't really tell what color his arms are.
I think so. Yeah. It looks like
maybe a metallic tan.
I think that's what's going on because you can see how the light's reflecting off one of the arms in an odd way.
It's not a color combo that I would go with, but I guess it's fine, and I guess not many people picked it up because I didn't really see anything of this.
Yeah, until we pulled it up just now, I didn't know this one existed.
No, so if you are a Binaltech collector, well, this is one, I guess. This is another one. So that's the Hounds done. So we got one that doesn't actually have a bonnet bumper. We have the Dodge Viper Sideswipe, who I have also had. This one's been done a few times as well. So I think Dead End came out first, and it was this mold. But this one, car mode's really cool. Car mode's really nice. He's got an awkward neck, as his entire head is on an extra platform higher than his shoulders. His shoulders have a hole in them as well, so look a bit weird. His arms have the doors just hanging off them, which again, but not what you'd think they'd have doors hanging off. They have them hanging off lower down, the actual doors kind of hang behind the forearm. Which is a bit of an odd look because you would think if they're going to hang down, they'd hang down from the shoulder downwards, from shoulder to elbow, but it's from elbow to forearm, which is an odd look. And the legs are really long, or the shins are very long, but the thighs are very short. And the roof panel for the car doesn't cover the entire chest. It kind of a little bit halfway down the chest. Imagine where your nipples are. That's where the front of the windscreen goes, so then it kind of covers the groin area as well. It's weird.
Yeah, it's not. See, I never had this one, and I think looking at it, I'm reminded why.
Yeah,
because nice car mode. Good God, is that an ugly robot?
It's awkward. It's got a lot of awkward points to it, which aren't great. His feet, I remembered not being great either. Because instead of having heel spurs, he has the front of the bumper. If you look at where the headlights are, a little bit diagonally left down from that corner, that's his ankle, the back of his foot. So it's an interesting placement, but then there's just no real heel spur for him to stand with. And with the doors kind of hanging off of his back, it makes it a bit weird.
It really is an odd one, isn't it?
Yeah. The engine's nice, though. It's a different engine-styled gun.
Yeah.
And is visually a bit more interesting than Hound's little tiny pea shooter, because that was an issue with Hound's gun. I'd say it was kind of small, like the cricket from Men in Black, kind of compared to everybody else's.
I think if that windscreen over the torso would just set higher,
that would help.
That would help a lot, because at the moment it does. It's not just the fact that it takes up how much space it takes up across the lower torso. It's the fact that it draws your eye to the fact that this is now this huge gap between the top of the windscreen that they put on there with the Autobot logo, then the top of his chest, and then his neck.
Yeah,
it just it makes it all more obvious that it's awkward, and
you'd think it's mistransformed looking at it, right? But it's not.
Honestly,
that's just how it is. It's nope, that's how it is.
I kind of understand because all of these cars were kind of in scale with one another.
Oh yeah.
So the Dodge is actually it's a smaller car compared to the others, effectively, in terms of how it's set up.
Not massively smaller, though. I don't think. I think it's.
I think it's more in terms of
similar.
It's more a case of it's a bit flatter.
Yes, it's got less mass to work with.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And that's come across in the robot mode, which is a shame because they have made a bit of a valiant effort here. Because you can see, I think you can see what they were going for. It's just the engineering defeated them.
Yeah.
Because 5 years later, we got the Universe 2.0 sideswipe smokescreen in
That's
deluxe scale, which
they were great. They were very good.
Yeah, I mean, sure, that got blown out of water by the Siege sideswipe mold, but for the longest time, that tooling was kind of a bit of a benchmark for what Hashtag could do.
I still think it's a good, fun, solid mold as well, and it was
Oh,
one of the
absolutely.
most intelligent remolds ever.
Oh yeah, I still have
that was.
I still have those sideswipe and Sunstreaker from that line, just because they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah, and I the only Siege Earthrise sideswipe I have is the G2 one. It's the only one I needed.
I have more sideswipes than I care to imagine now.
Yeah, there's a lot. That mold got.
Yeah.
That mold has been abused like Starscream has. It's crazy.
Yeah. I was somewhat stunned to see how they milked that one.
I think the only thing they missed out on is for the Sunstreaker, they didn't do a G2 one to match the G2 sideswipe.
I did see a few people bemoaning that, even though there wasn't a G2 Sunstreaker deco based on, they could have come up with something.
Yeah, there's someone somewhere could think of a nice color scheme. Like maybe not red. Well, no, yeah, I guess you're opposite them, so he would be the red one, and then you find some fancy, maybe red and purple or something like that. I don't know. You could figure something out. Mr. White says you could have just put the G1 sideswipe frame inside the alt mode, and it would have made a better robot mode. And I loathe those legs. They are very, very long. They are very, very long and cumbersome. They're not the best, unfortunately. But as I say, this mold, or we say, this mold was... What the heck has it put? There it is. This mold was used a few more times, as is the way. Dead End, which I got first. Sunstreaker, because they're brothers, so yeah, why not? The Dead End I have, the only thing that's really different is... he has a roof this time, so there's a pin that goes through the red part of the roof that goes into the back, and it's been misfired. So that pin is misfired on mine, so it's not very well in there. So when you turn it, it kind of goes at a slight angle. But because of that, not because of the misfiring of the pin, but because he has that extra hood, he's got a little bit more behind his head.
I was going to say, that actually does help with the silhouette.
Yeah, it's still got the weirdly placed window screen, but if you notice, it doesn't have the extra little bit on the window screen that was hanging down around the groin area. That's not on here.
Instead, he has a fold-out bib with the Decepticon logo on, which I'm not sure if that's better or not.
It's a little better. I think it's better because it doesn't... I don't think it really attracts the eye to how weird the position of the window frame is, and it's not covering up the groin area, which doesn't impede the waist articulation or anything like that. It's still strange. It's still not the best.
And it does help as well that other than the glass being translucent red, the torso is
just black. That's why you need the bib.
So you can hide things a bit better.
Yeah.
It's a nice alt mode, though.
It's a very pretty car.
Ooh.
It's a very pretty car, and the red, the grey stripes on it as well look great. Is it a good dead end? Yeah, no, really. not really.
But this was the era of it's a dead end. Yeah. I could buy a dead end toy.
Yeah, it's also...
If I squint, it looks just like it.
I mean, it's not even got the right head. He's got Sunstreaker's head.
Yeah. I mean, it's an odd situation where if it wasn't called Dead End, it was called something else, it probably would have sat better with folks. But
I think it would have been closer. It still wouldn't have been right. But if you called him Wild Rider, it would have been closer. It would have been a little bit closer to the right color scheme. It still wouldn't be the right head at all, but at least then you go, yeah, well, kind of.
Actually, you know who I'm looking at now that it does remind me of?
Yeah.
What was Drift's Decepticon name?
Deadlock?
Deadlock, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of the various toys of Deadlock have gotten over the years.
I can kind of see that. I kind of get that. Obviously, it's just the same toy otherwise. And then Sunstreaker, you'd be shocked. It's just dead end with the roof and all that jazz. But now he's, I guess, the correct color scheme because he's got the Sunstreaker head, which makes sense.
That kind of works.
Yeah.
To my eye.
If you see the bib doesn't look too bad on here, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I still think the shoulders are really fucking ugly. And they're not on nice joints either. They're really kind of lame. And the door position's a little bit strange. I think the doors were just photoed poorly because the position of the doors here look a bit more natural going down from the shoulders. So that's something at least.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Sunstreaker?
I like the head sculpt as well. That's got some really nice paint on.
Yeah, it's a good Sunstreaker head, not a dead end head. At all.
No, I dig that. And again, it's a lovely looking alt mode.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 Autobot Tracks and Autobot Tracks. Because first he came out in yellow for some weird reason. I don't know why. And then later he came out in blue. You know, the right colors.
Because of course.
Yeah. The Japanese one also came with a big sticker that you could stick on the front of the blue one. So it would have the big fire effect. Otherwise, it wasn't there. This one, again, doesn't have the big front of the car on it. I'd say this is probably one of my favorite alternators, I think. No, I think, yeah, I'm happy to say this. I think it's one of my favorite ones.
See, this was where we're getting to the period of the alternators where, because I didn't have any version of this mold, but I always it was one I always kind of regretted not picking up.
I don't think
I never really saw it anywhere.
I don't think you should regret not getting it. It's one of the better alternators, but it's still clunky. And if you look at the figure, it's got a lot of shit around his waist and like his legs. Like you've got the hip skirts on the side doors, and obviously they bump in with a lot of the leg because a lot of the leg is the side of the front bonnet and just the entire side of the car, and you just kind of spread out backwards a little bit. He does have a double knee joint. His double knee joint being a really long bar.
That's.
I can't remember how effective the knees are. I don't think they. I mean, they're obviously double jointed.
It doesn't look like they get a lot of movement just because of how the front of the car ends up on the back of the leg.
Yeah, I think it's primarily there to fold up. Because if you see on the front of his like thigh, there's like a groove. That's for it to kind of collapse into itself.
That's a bit of a shame, but you've got the potential for some nice articulation, but it's just hampered by the
shit everywhere.
Yeah,
it's everywhere. Heel spurs, he's got. I think he's got ankle rotators, but not any kind of ankle rocker, so he can twist his foot, but he can't like do an ankle tilt or anything like that. I like the fact he has little guns on his forearms. I always thought that was cool. His engine was on the bit of the flat side. You can see it on the yellow one in the back. It's not a bad design from the top.
Yeah.
But you can see how kind of thin it is as a thing. It's meant to be looked at from the top, and that's it. You know?
Yeah.
It's specifically for. I think it's because of how tight and full the engine was. There wasn't much room to make the gun bigger, just because he's got all of his calf muscle in there, and the blue bit kind of collapses down quite tightly on top. There's not much room for the gun to go in there without having to just like carve out a load of plastic of the leg, I would presume. I like the fact as well he had the missiles going over the top of his shoulders. It's not entirely accurate to tracks, but it's kind of giving you the idea of the head side missiles.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, he's got them, which is more than the Datsun.
Yeah, none of them
guys had. Yeah.
And he does have technically a butterfly joint, letting him like swing his arms forward as well. But that's mainly for the transformation. It still counts. And I do think the head sculpt is quite nice. So Big D, looking at this, what do you think of the look of Tracks? And what do you think of Yellow Tracks for some fucking weird reason?
Yellow Tracks is odd. I mean, overall, I think it's fine. The more I look at it, the more I can see the things that you're pointing out for the kind of a bit. The missiles, it's nice that they're there, but they could have either been able to fold flush against the shoulders, so they're on either side of the head, or just needs to be set further on the back rather than the shoulders.
If I remember right, they are in vehicle mode. You see the door; they're on the lower side of the door, so they're tucked underneath the door frame. So when you open the door, there's a big missile there.
I thought that might be the case.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's one that I don't. Looking back at things now, I don't. At the time, yeah, I did, because I kind of shifted away from the alternators line relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Just because of that. Accessibility was an issue, and it wasn't really what I wanted out of my collection at that point. But it's nice that it exists, that it was there. You know, is it perfect? No, but it's an effort was made, and when you see how the production went on this thing, it's a miracle. I think it even got made in the first place.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Given that Chevy denied the license for the Corvette.
Oh, that's true. Mr. White said Trax almost looks like the early idea of what drift would be. A cool car and a cool robot. Again, this is 2003, so for the design time, for a realistic look, it's pretty good, pretty solid.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
And again, the alt modes are spot on.
Yeah, again, I don't know why he was yellow first, apart from fuck you. And it was the same for the Binaltech line. I don't know about the alternators line if it came out in yellow first and then blue, but at least for the Binaltech, which I was into at that point, it was yellow then blue.
It's so weird though that they did a yellow. I
don't know, man. Shit's weird. Two versions of this figure: the best version and the lesser version. We'll talk about the lesser version because I didn't have this, and it was Swerve, obviously. Oddly enough, the Swerve has the big sticker that you get with the tracks in it for some reason here. That's the sticker you got in the Japanese one. But it looks like... Oh, yeah, they've done a little bit of funny buggery here, because if you look down the center of the car, there's no seam line, which is where the legs would split apart. So I'm not sure if this is actually the Transformer in the vehicle mode. Because if you look at it, that should split all the way down the center there, but it doesn't. But it does have the little black bits at the front, which would be the feet.
I think they've just gone in and
photoshopped it.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
That's my guess.
What do you think of Swerve then being a red and gold and black car with a Swerve head that looks like nothing I've ever seen? I've never seen this head design for Transformers, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the old one, but I am quite fond of was it Earthrise Road Rage. So it's a red version. It's a red version of Trax. I'm sold.
Yeah.
The robot. The alt mode, fine and dandy. The robot is weird.
Yes.
I mean, I don't dislike the use of gold. That actually kind of works, especially alongside the black.
I agree. Yeah.
You can tell this is Hasbro though, possibly getting in to try and keep their trademarks active because, other than the red, this ain't Swerve.
No. And I don't know what the head's meant to be either.
I mean, it's almost Junkion-like.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre head design. Ties in.
It really is.
I have no idea what they're going for. Does it even say here what the head was? Apparently, I only knew which was the entire... No, I don't see anything that describes why the head was as weird as it was. Swerve's golden colored joints have a tendency of snapping off, which occasionally leads him being led to gold plastic syndrome sufferer. However, given the lack of swirly plastic, the issue here is most likely not with the plastic, but rather the construction of the joints themselves, which appears to have been assembled in an excessively tight manner.
Of course.
Oh, that's interesting. So he doesn't have gold plastic syndrome, but he's fucked because the joints are just too tight and they explode. Wow.
I'm clearly someone at Hasbro wanted to make sure you had the authentic experience.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, we're not going to give you real gold plastic syndrome, so he's kind of a half-ass version. That's weird. Well, the best version of this mold is Ravage, who's a little bit different from the previous version, as he doesn't have a roof. He's a what do you call it? Not compact.
Convertible.
Thank you, a convertible.
Coupe.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a roof, but he does have holes in the top of his roof. Oh, that's right, because you could change it out. You could actually put the roof on, or you could take it off. It was your choice. There's like a swappy bit.
Okay,
that's why it's got the holes
fun.
on the top, which is why it looks a bit awkward and weird. And he also had a newly sculpted head, so he was a kitty cat, and the little mouth opened up very slightly, so he could bark or meow at people, depending on if you see Ravage as a cat or a dog. This was my favorite version because I liked the mold, and when you transformed him from a effectively completely black Corvette, he got more silver added and more bits of red added as well to have a bit of a
I
pop.
do remember the first time I saw a picture of this, and I thought, "Oh, that's nice. How easy to find?" And it wasn't.
Oh, was it not?
No.
Oh. Was it expensive
when I was
or something, or just hard to find?
It wasn't not so much price, just
hard
trying to find it. Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
Because alternators, I think we only got like the first year or so.
Yeah,
if that's the line over here, we didn't get any of the later stuff where they were kind of cooking. We didn't get certainly, unless it was they did a special exclusive for it. So you had to import, and it was at that point it was still a bit of a mess trying to do that.
Yeah, it was still dirty, let's say. Mr. White says maybe they forced issues with gold plastic parts as a homage to GPS. You beat me to that comment. Sorry, Mr. White. Sorry. But yeah,
I do like Ravage. But
yeah. Don't worry, there's another Ravage to talk about as well. One I didn't have, we'll talk about later. But this was, I guess, what's known as humanoid Ravage. And then
this is Beast Wars Ravage.
Yeah, then effectively, and then 2 years later, Dog Ravage came out. But like I say, we'll talk about that later on. Next up, we have the Mazda RX-8 Meister, which you'd be surprised to hear is Jazz, and they released him in 2 colors to begin with: a silver, which is not completely Jazz but closer, and then a red version. I think I got the red version for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter. They were effectively the same figure. Again, we're going back to the big bonnet chest. I don't know why, but the white version is mistransformed, because if you look at his waist area, there are 2... That should, like... You should pinch those bits together, like the torso and the groin, and pinch them together. I'm guessing it's just for a more dramatic photo. They've gone for that look for whatever reason. I don't know.
But it wouldn't be so bad if they hadn't left that bit of the waist visible. So it's like, where's his guts?
Yeah, but effectively, this one transforms, I think, almost identically to Smokescreen. And I mean, Big D, you had Smokescreen. You look at this, you could probably see exactly how it transformed.
Yeah, this looks like basically just effectively a reshell, which is kind of what you expect for if you're using that classic layout.
Yeah. One nice thing they did was at least he has a different gun. So this is the... What is that? Is that the exhaust pipe or the...
I think
muffler?
it is. Yeah, it's part of the muffler. I think.
Yeah, that was quite good. Do you want to know what was annoying with mine?
Go on.
Didn't come with one.
Oh.
I don't know why, but my Japanese Binaltech Red Jazz or Meister didn't have his gun for some reason. I don't know
why.
New. It was brand new. Yeah, it just wasn't in the box.
So weird.
And again, it was at that time where you can't just phone up Japan and go, yeah, so I'm missing the gun. Especially at the age I was at. I was just like, well, fuck. Yeah. What am I gonna do? Yeah, well. that was odd. I don't know why they did him in 2 colors of gold. White and red. But has Jazz ever been red?
Not really. I mean, no. I mean, I think one of the
It did have apparently its own unique packaging as well, according to this, for some reason.
I'm trying to think. One of the Collectors Club figures that they used for Cybertron smokescreen mold for, they did it as Jazz, and they did a repaint of that in red as, I think, as a Jazz. But yeah, that's the thing. The weird thing is that it actually kind of works, that red. I think it's actually not a bad look for him.
No,
it helps with the head sculpt is still identifiably Jazz.
Yeah, it's still super Jazz. Also, in this red version, you can see him actually properly transformed, which is nice. Yeah, it's a nice nice sleek red, not as like a sports car red, but like a good like rich person red, I would say, whatever that means. Yeah, it works. It works. There was also the Meister Feet Mazda RX Mayuko Iwasa edition. I don't know anything about this, so let me read the thing. A one-of-a-kind pastel blue, pink, yellow, and indigo redeco of the toy, which was the Mayuko Iwasa edition. Meister was designed and autographed by a Japanese... what's that say?
Hang on.
Gravure?
Gravure Idol.
Yeah, an idol. And it was on Japan auction. Yahoo Japan auctions. I remember using that. Japan Yahoo auctions listed as a figure, and this was in 2004. And it ended in. It doesn't matter when it ended, and it got apparently relisted in the future due to an issue arising between the original buyer and the charity. Does it say how much it went for? It doesn't. And the auction finally finished on October, which again doesn't matter. The winner of the auction received a signed photo of Iwasa. I guess that's the idol in question.
The idol, yeah.
And it doesn't actually say. I wish it said how much it sold for.
Yeah, I'm actually intrigued by that. To be fair, to know.
It also doesn't show what the figure looks like transformed, but it's quite hideous, I would say. It almost. You know what it gives me vibes of, Big D?
Go on.
What if you got rid of the blue, you got rid of the black, and you added yellow spots? It would be
Andy,
the Mr.
why
Blobby
you like
car.
this?
It would be the Mr. Blobby car.
You and Gruff have this fixation on Mr. Blobby. I'm sure could be talked about by psychologists, because goddamn you both.
I'd rather Mr. Blobby than Nosy Bonk, to be fair. Mr. Blobby was at least mildly wholesome, while Nosy Bonk was a demon. But yeah, this is hideous. This is not a good recolor.
It's so weird.
Like even just basic boiling down to the color choices are bad, and then the color placement of them is also bad. They're not good.
I mean, it's the fact that they're gloss pastels, and
yeah.
I mean, if the pink was more vibrant, say a hot pink,
it still wouldn't work, but it would at least look better on the car.
It'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
This is that pink they've used is kind of worrying, to be fair, because that's a disturbing pink.
It's the pink that you use for like a flesh shade, like as a highlight shade, to kind of bring it up to like white people's skin.
Or it's the pink you use when you don't know how to paint flesh.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it's that kind of pink.
Yeah.
Like, all right. I guess this is just as well. It was a special edition, but if I was maybe the idol uses these colors or use these colors.
That'd be my guess, to be fair. But that's the thing that
it's just.
Well, she. I mean, it says it was designed and autographed by Mike Urasawa, so she did the design of the deco. So
yeah, she's not a designer. Clearly, she's a singer. She shouldn't be allowed to design things. Mr. White says an orange/red Jazz was a concept stage during G2, but was never used. Art from the design has since been published. Mr. White also says a pink, a pure pink, would have made a decent RC.
Oh yeah.
I think the frame is a little bit too thick and stocky for RC. There is an RC that was done, but not with this mold. At least a more appropriate mold came up later. There was also the Argent Meister, which is, but what if it was silver, Big D? And then it was.
Yeah. And it was 2008, so we know what that was tied into. Yep. It's the movie tie-in figure.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
I mean, it kind of works, to be fair. It's just
for Jazz, yeah. Obviously, it's missing the sports stuff, which is what makes Jazz effectively. But yeah, it's silver. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue with all of these, apart from the Idol version, which has its own issues, is that they're all quite plain decos at the end of it. It's a nice white, a nice red, and a nice silver. But they don't have any of Jazz, the traditional deco that goes with Jazz, which is because it's a licensed deco, so there's issues there.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And then there were 2 more versions of this figure. Oh my god. They redid him out into Shockwave. They pulled off a hand, gave him a translucent goon, and gave him a new head as well.
Not a bad head, in fairness.
Not bad.
Works.
Yeah. I'm not sure the purple, because he doesn't really have a purple. It's more of a bluey purple.
Yeah, the color reads more Soundwave than Shockwave.
Kinda. Yeah.
What sells it is the translucent on the arm gun, and the little details that they've picked out in that lighter purple.
Yeah, it's like a lilac they've slapped on his like thigh and knee area. Yeah, and it's like, okay, because otherwise, I don't know about you. Is this? Oh no, I don't. I was gonna say it's Dark Reaper, but I don't think it's quite Dark Reaper from Citadel.
This is more Cantor blue. This is very Crimson Fist coded.
Yeah. I think that's probably right. Mr. White says, I love this figure. The head is surprisingly effective. Yeah, it has a bit of light piping in there as well. Got a little light bit on the translucent bit on the top of his head, so you can get a beam of yellow going through. It's a nice head. I guess they just wanted to get Shockwave in here. The main selling point is they gave him the head and they gave him the arm. It's like, yeah, it's good enough for Shockwave. It's good enough. He didn't turn into a gun, but fine.
Yeah, it works. If you're trying to push the lines to say that it's all going to be cars, but we're going to fit in as many classic characters as we can, and put the work in. So do a correct head sculpt, do the handgun, all the little things that help.
And we need to get some Decepticons in here because we barely have any Decepticons in. So
yeah.
I wonder what the decision was to do Shockwave though, because like you think Shockwave, you don't go, yeah, we can make him a car. Yeah, because he's a gun. He's not naturally. He's not the. I mean, to me, he's not the first thing that pops into my head and go, yeah. You make him a car. You know.
I mean, this was 05. This was around the same time as Animated. So Shockwave was a part of that. He'd been a shock blast.
Well, that was like season 2. So I don't think he'd popped in as Long Arm at this point. And Long Arm was like later into that season as well.
That's true. But Shock Blast they'd had Shockwave, but as Shock Blast in Energon and Cybertron.
Yes.
If I remember. So there was a bit of the name still resonated and the design still resonated. And it's Shockwave. If you go through, if you ask people to name Transformers, Shockwave tends to be a relatively
if they remember that. If they even remember that far, but yeah, I know, I get what you're saying.
Someone will say, "Oh, I remember. He was the dude with the single eye and the weird gun for a hand."
He was the purple one, right? It's like, yeah, that's him. Don't worry about it.
The one with the weird voice. No, not the tape deck. The other one.
No, not that one. the other one with the weird voice.
Not Chris Lasser. The other one with the weird voice.
No. Not the guy that plays Shaggy either. No, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Not Wheelie. No, not Wheelie. Fuck. But yeah, Shockwave. I don't think he was redone into any other versions. I don't think. No, it doesn't look like it. And then he was also done into the Auto Trooper from the Kiss Player line. Yay!
I was worried we were going to have to mention Kiss Players.
Yeah, Kiss Players. Let's fucking go. There was actually a Kiss Player figure. So you got the Auto Trooper. So it is just the figure, but then he's got some tampos on him with EDC. Earth Defense Corps. I don't know. Whatever.
He's got a lot more decoration than
most of any of them. Almost any of the other ones. Yes. He's also got a newly sculpted light bar on the top of him, and he comes with a sticker sheet as well. So if you want to add more like 01, 03, then some kanji or katakana onto the police thing, you can do, which again, that's nice. It gives him a little extra flair. He also comes with Crimzeek, as he was an important part of the creepy manga, and he also comes with, I think more importantly, 4 traffic cones that can slot together to make some kind of weird traffic cone minigun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's cool.
That is very cool. He does have the new head as well. I think this was the introduction of the Auto Trooper. I think it was. I think right?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was used in animated, and then from there it's kind of people forget it came from Kiss players because normal, rational Transformer fans always try to forget Kiss players was the thing. Hopefully.
Yes, they do.
This came with this small little girl figure who was called. What was it called? I can't remember.
Atari Hitono Tonari.
Oh, that's her name. Yeah, I'm not going to click on the link because it'll probably take me somewhere that we shouldn't look at on stream. Hopefully.
You best not to. No.
No. Was this under the Binaltech line? Oh, because it doesn't actually say what line it was under. It just says it was a redeco, obviously, of a Binaltech figure, and it wasn't part of the Astrid line. I think it was just under Kiss Player.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it was that era, so yeah. Sounds...
So I guess it was just like a standalone figure with also that. I do have a Kiss Player set, and it's the. Do you remember the cassettes that were recolored into the girl band? So you had Rewind, the other one, Eject, colored pink and white.
Oh, is that where that comes from? I hadn't realized.
Yeah. And you had Sundor, which is like laser beak but orange and gold. I have that set, and it came with an audio CD, which I don't really care about, but I got that set because I was like, these are really cool looking little redecos of G1 cassettes, and I didn't have the G1 cassettes at the time, so I was like, I'll buy it. Yeah. Didn't know what it was connected to. I think that set was after the weird stuff, and it was all about time traveling to put on a like rock concert or something like that, which is like, oh, well, that's acceptable. Mr. White says, I love this figure and the head. Oh, that's for Shockwave, not for the Auto Trooper. That could be some slanderous stuff. I could put on Mr. White. Mr. White does say that's a drunk student cosplaying gun. That's a drunk student. Yeah. Oh, the traffic cone gun. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Next up, we have Grimlock, who is objectively the worst of the Binaltech figures because his transformation was anus.
Yes.
It was fucking unpleasant. I can't remember exactly why it was unpleasant, but I remember parts just didn't go where they were meant to go, and it was a right hitting fuck.
I mean, I think I transformed him once. Yes. I mean, I didn't tend to do a lot of my alternators in general, to be fair, but more than any of them, he got transformed once, transformed back, put back in the box.
I think most people had that experience. Like, I haven't heard anybody go out of their way and go, you know who was really fun and I played with loads? Alternator or Binaltech Grimlock. I've never heard it. Yeah, if that was you, I'm sorry. Your life was bad.
You want to know why it really sucks, though? Because he turns into a Ford Mustang, and at that point, I was kind of in love with Mustangs.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, it's a good-looking car. It looks nice. And the robot mode is okay. I mean, it barely looks like Grimlock, but if you were going to tell me that this was a stocky... I mean, it looks stockier. It actually... I say stocky. I think it looks a bit more proportioned than some of the other figures we've had.
I mean, it does have some good... I mean, you can see elements of Grimlock itself. It's got... The head sculpt I actually quite like.
Yeah, that was fine.
It's okay. That classic... And it turns into a double-barrel gun like Grimlock's classic one, so that's cool. And it has a sword, which they've not photographed for some reason. But
yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't show the bloody sword, but okay.
But it was actually a decent sword for the time as well.
Yeah.
So it was just that transformation made you want to bash your head in.
You can remind me, was the abdomen area fake in a sense? Because I want to say that that's just a flat bit of plastic and then there's not really much behind it. Am I misremembering? Do you know what I'm talking about? Does that sound familiar?
I do. I think... Oh, I'm trying to think now.
Yeah, because I'm sure that that's like a flat piece of plastic that's thin, and there's not much around that waist area. There's enough so like parts aren't going to break or explode or anything like that. But I don't think there's a lot of
I can't
substance
remember,
there.
but I think you might be onto something there.
Yeah, I just have that
Yeah.
feeling looking at it. He also has a butt flap, a big one. So not only does he have like the hood of the car hanging down his back, he also has the underside of the car. For some reason, that entire butt flap is the bottom of the car.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember. Again, I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was the legs that was the real faffy point of the transformation.
I think it was. Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
There's something about it. It was
The legs
absurdly.
don't do a lot of transforming though, do they? Aren't they just reasonably just like big thick bits of plastic that don't do much?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
it's just. I think it's just how you get everything where it's supposed to. Is what causes problems, because it's just
awkward. I'll give it to them that the using the car seats for feet, it's not a bad idea, and it looks quite nice. That's a neat idea, especially for the Binaltech range. I remember. Oh, the head. The head. Awkwardly. Do you remember how it has that groove in the bonnet, and you awkwardly slide the head along?
Oh yeah.
And the head's on this little flat piece of plastic as well on a ball joint. And that always looked a bit weird. So yeah, this figure's just not fun. He's very dense and heavy if you have the Binaltech version. He's very dense, but he's just unpleasant to touch.
I'm trying to think. Did I have... No, I don't think I ever broke anything on my one. But I do remember, like I say, for one time I actually did handle it, I was a bit apprehensive of how much pressure some of the parts needed to move for the transformation.
It does say here, the main difference between the Hasbro version, the Alternators version, and the Japanese Binaltech version is the latter has its vehicle shell partially made out of painted diecast, so like I said, heavy. Where Alternators version was entirely out of plastic, not counting the rubber tires. In addition, the Binaltech version's engine and wheels were vacuum chromed, whereas the American version was just silver painted. So they thought, well, this figure's great. Let's make him into Wheeljack. It does look better as Wheeljack, I think.
Yes.
It's still got the problem of being shit. But I think they've got a decent Wheeljack head sculpt. It's not perfect. It looks almost like a mask that someone's made that kind of looks like Wheeljack. And his color scheme is incorrect, as the Mustang is white and then it's got blue stripes plural, blue stripes going into the center of it.
It's a shame they couldn't use some of the classic color scheme instead.
No, but I'll give it. It looks nice. It's not boring. It's not just a white version of the Mustang. I think the added stripe makes him again a bit more visually interesting than Grimlock. And technically, the blue stripe runs from top to bottom in both vehicle mode and robot mode because it's on his legs and his chest. That's nice.
And technically, the Deckwave makes it a different make of car because if I remember rightly, that stripe is part of what denotes a Mustang as being a Shelby GT model.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know.
I think. I'm sure there was something to that effect for Mustang community gets a bit twitchy about that sort of thing. So.
I'm sure it makes sense to them.
Yes.
And not to me. A difference between the Alternator one and the Binaltech version, apart from the metal, it seems like the Binaltech Wheeljack has painted eyes, while the Alternator version doesn't. It's a bit of a shame, it seems. At least from the photo, it seems to suggest that. Also, he comes with a cryo sword, once again, not pictured here for whatever reason. It's just blue, obviously, translucent blue, rather than translucent red like Grimlock's. But yes, this is the one you should avoid. It's crap. It's not fun. Don't do it. Unless you want to be a weird YouTube contrarian and you want to make a thumbnail for your video. Was everybody right about this figure? ? And then I have like Optimus Prime doing like the Wojak like pointing, going ooh, and then have the picture of the Alternator.
I mean, if you want a nice 1/24 scale Mustang,
just buy a cheaper model of a Mustang.
I mean, potentially you might be able to. This might be a cheaper option. In fairness.
Oh, really? Okay, I don't know much about model cars. To be fair, I don't know. I mean, if it is cheaper, then yeah, go for that. I guess.
Yeah.
Were you going to say how much they could go for?
No.
Oh,
I'm not that much of a weeb.
Oh, I thought you were building up to be like, oh yeah, they're good like 500 or something. Woo. All right. Next up, we have the Binaltech Overdrive. Sorry, not Override, Overdrive. Or Windcharger, as he was called in America World, which was a... What car are you? You are a Honda S2000 sports car. Yes, I know my cars. I can tell just by looking at him and not looking at the wiki at all. So again, it did a similar thing to the Ravage toy where it came with it's a convertible, if you didn't know, like I wouldn't. So you can have him with the convertible roof up or down, and they're two separate pieces. And you can use the actual up version as a weird, wonky shield. I feel this is Sideswipe, but done correct.
Yeah.
If you look at him, it looks like it's got Sideswipe-esque design choices here, but then mixed with tracks a little bit. Tracks with the shoulders, and then with the legs, it's kind of Sideswipey.
Yeah. I mean, this was one of the ones that I had again, and you're right. It didn't feel like Windcharger. It felt like you say, it certainly felt much more Sideswipe, but also like it was just more other characters meshed together.
Yeah.
And then they just gave it a Windcharger name, and for some reason, it never felt right for me.
You mean in terms of like character-wise, or do you mean in terms like as a toy?
A bit of both, in fairness.
What made you think that as a toy? Because obviously, like character-wise, he's like you said, all over the place. What do you think about the toy aspect of it, though?
I mean, it's very heavily armed, which didn't feel like a Windcharger thing as a character thing. And it's so weird. It just never quite felt... I think it's because at the time I was selling the headset for Minicon, the mini-bots should be smaller.
Okay.
And so to have Windcharger being the same size and be a better toy in a lot of ways than most of the other Autobot figures you could get at this point, felt kind of weird. Does that make sense?
I can throw what as a toy make him a bit weird because I can't remember super well, but I do remember the entire chest area are two flat pieces. So you've got, and they're both connected like on a double hinge joint. I can point it on stream, but I can't really say otherwise. But they're like two black pieces that connect from the bottom of the chest, the abdomen bit, to the upper part, because they're like a boot piece. So it has this weird like maybe this is how you describe it. The arms for the lift on Scorponok's city mode. Do you remember those arms? The little thing.
Yeah.
Those. If you have those arms, it's like that system from the chest to the abdomen.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't ever quite look quite right. I mean, here in the photo, if you're looking directly on, it looks fine. Turn it to the side again, it looks a bit on the strange side. Again, I would say this is one of the better alternators. I think as a figure, it's a bit more interesting than most of the other ones we've seen. His gun is his engine, but then it's also his exhaust pipe, because the top of the back of the gun, which is the black bit, goes into the engine part, and then the gray bit kind of folds down, and then the pipe goes underneath the vehicle mode, which is not a bad idea for the gun, and actually makes an interesting kind of long rifled version of it. But yeah, it's definitely
only on the Binaltech version.
What's
the
that?
alternate version. I was just reading the bio because I'd forgotten this, but Honda US didn't like the idea of, as the article says, their toy toting a gun around. So,
so the American one didn't have a weapon.
No, he did, but he didn't have that long drive shaft to the barrel.
So
he just had the engine block with like the. I mean, they pitched it as being more of a shield, but
I've just gone over to it. Oh yeah, that's stupid. That looks weird.
The thing is, it actually worked quite well as a 3-barrel short-range shotgun type thing, to be fair.
It doesn't look like anything, though. Especially in this photo where he's just holding, like, this weird, like... It almost looks like a face, right? So if you... I'm going to ruin it for you. So if you look at it, if you look at the silver bit, the black bit, if you add eyes to those bits, and then the bit below that is a giant mouth, because the red bit there is like a tongue.
It's like he's disemboweled a member of the Cars universe.
Yeah, or I was thinking, like...
Or done a Predator on them.
You could make it look like a Disney character, like Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse, or that kind of expression with the big eyes and whatnot. It's odd. It's odd.
It's very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd.
Mr. White says it has a very plain silhouette. It do. The gun looks like a small KO Prime minifigure. I'm guessing you mean the one without the barrel on the end. Also, you get to see a bit more of the chest, which I was talking about. Yeah, it's a meh. It's a meh, is how I would describe it. He was also done into Decepticharge and RC, Black Widow, which was cancelled, and the Paradron Medic, which was also cancelled. Do we have images of what these looked like? Let's have a...
It doesn't look like. It's a shame because it just means we can't have nice things.
Well, I think it means there's... Just... Oh, no, we do have images of the Paradron Medic. You lying whore. But we'll first look at the Decepticharge first, which is... that figure, it's Overdrive Swerve, but with a new head and a yellow color scheme with some cool like racing stickers on him. So I think this looks visually again a bit more interesting. It's weird that we have another repaint of a figure for a Decepticon into yellow. First was Swindle and now Decepticharge, which is a crap name. I'll throw out there.
It's an odd name.
Crap
I mean,
name.
I like the look.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, no, it's
colors
a good
work.
look.
It's another nice deco with added detailing. And
kind of a nice head sculpt. It's okay. It's not like super character defining, but it's good enough for like a background kind of guy.
As like a fresh goon or background character, it works.
Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's the RC figure, which is using the same head as Decepticharge, and is using the Mr. Blobby pink again for some reason. I don't know why, because that's not the pink that RC has.
No.
So why?
It's a distressingly tone. I don't know what. I think it's because I have bad memories of
Mr. Blobby.
The Blobman from my youth. To be fair,
that's fair.
As
most people do. To be fair.
Yes, anyone who's lived through his reign of terror over the British pop charts in the mid-90s knows what I'm talking about.
He was there for a long time. Long time.
Yes, it made us all miss the days of Wet, Wet, Wet and Bryan Adams.
Oh my God. It's true.
And that's not a sentence you ever want to
that's a shameful sentence, but it's a truthful sentence.
It's a valid one.
Yes, yeah. It's also primarily a white one. I think they probably couldn't get away with just making a very pink car, which fair enough.
Yeah.
Color scheme wise, it's a shame you look at it and you could. I don't think you look at it and go, "Oh, that's RC, right?" You go, "I guess it's RC because it's kind of got a pink on it." Maybe.
Yeah, I mean the alt mode, fine, but it's a shame that the robot. One, like you say, it's the wrong tone of pink.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't really. It's only given RC vibes because it uses pink, and even it's the wrong pink.
And the head's not right. It looks like the head might have. Okay, so if I'm being kind, maybe the way the lighting's working is messing up the way the pink looks, because it looks like the pink on the head,
maybe
like surrounding the head, that looks like it's closer to being RC pink. But then the rest of it, like again on the hip skirt area, that looks like it's the right pink. But then on the thighs, the forearm, and the chest, and on the seats of the car, it's that weird Mr. Blobby pink.
That's really weird.
Again, that might be the way it's been photoed. I don't want to say it's definitely a great representation.
I'm wondering if those darker pinks might be molded in that color, and the other bits are possibly.
There's no way.
No, they can't have painted that much of the legs and the forearms. No.
No, and I don't think they would have. Maybe they would have painted the head. I don't think they would have painted the hip skirts though. I don't think.
It's so weird.
It's odd. It's odd. I don't
Ironically,
like it.
though, if this was, I could actually see this for working with a slight tweak to the color scheme as Minerva.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Force.
The head is close. It's not 100% Minerva, but it's closer to Minerva than it is RC. That's a good cast.
It's close enough that you could, if you painted it correctly, you could fill in the details with paint.
Yeah.
So
it would be missing the bits on the side of the head, but it's like, again, it's close enough. Minerva's a white car with red, so yeah, you get rid of all the weird pink and you change that to red. And the chest would be red, so and the groin area would be red. Yeah, that's close enough to Minerva.
But then this was still a period where the focus was much more on the classic G1 before the Takara shows took over.
Unfortunately,
mantle, so.
yeah. Mr. White says, "Hi, Glorious Reign." I think he was meant to put his Glorious Reign in. I assume, I assume he's referring to Mr. Blobby, of course, the Cthulhian demon. Okay, they do show off both the cancelled Black Arachnia and the Paradron Medic. We'll have a look at the Paradron Medic first. It is once again the very male head that we saw on Decepticharge and RC. But the car mode is silver painted, it seems, and then blackish blue, and then a metallic turquoisey blue, which actually looks quite nice. It does not look like the Paradron Medic at all. Anything about it looks like the Paradron Medic. I'd say you're a lying bitch. But I think it looks like a pretty decent color scheme.
Yeah, I mean that looks like a pretty solid. If you wanted to come up with a whole new character, like you say, it's not Paradron Medic, but anyone else, that'd be. You know what I'm getting at? Siren.
Which one's Siren?
The one who was a police car.
Oh, the headmasters. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think Shooter. Yes, no, Siren. Yes, that's right. Yeah, okay, I'm on board. Yeah, that could work. I was actually thinking. I don't know what about it makes me think of RID. Prowl. I think it's the shoulders and the head being long. It's not that. When you look at him, he doesn't. There's just those two aspects and the colors that make me go like that.
There's a bit of the chest as well. Reminds me of how some of the RID brothers transform. Yeah, just in terms of how their chest looked. Yeah,
there's way too much. Obviously, that isn't right about it, but those things just made my brain fire off a shot and went, "Oh, Prowl." Yeah. Okay, so again, not Paradron Medic. I don't think if you showed anyone this image, unless they already knew about this, they go, "Oh, that's a Paradron Medic, right?" I'd be like, "Yeah, you fucker, you're lying. You don't know." And then the last version, the Black Arachnia version, is primarily a silver car. And then in robot mode, which is quite nice, they have got black, yellow, but kind of a sickly yellow, like very bone dust yellow. And black, and then a kind of goldy-ish kind of colored yellow around the head. So it's almost like the miscoloration that RC had for some reason. Again, I think if I showed this to you and or anybody in chat and said, "Who is this a reference to?" I don't think you'd initially say Black Arachnia.
I'd probably say Nightbird.
To be fair, it's closer to Nightbird. It's silver. The car's silver.
Yeah.
It's got bits of purple on it. It's not 100% for the robot mode, but again, it's closer. And it's the same fucking head as Decepticharge again. This is not a female head. This is not a feminine-looking head. Nothing about this screams Black Arachnia, RC, or the Paradron Medic, which would have used RC's head. Nothing. As a color scheme, I don't dislike this either. It's almost G2-ish in a weird way. Not one of the more ostentatious G2-ish kind of colors, but
actually, you know what? That yellow you've used on the hip skirt, you know what I've just tweaked that is?
Yeah.
That's the color of Lord Zarek's armor.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's that kind of very, very light sand color. Whatever you want to call that.
If that had become the bulk of the torso color, that turns this figure into a Lord Zarek.
Closer to Lord Zarek than Black Arachnia, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too sad that these figures didn't come out personally,
No.
and not because they're girls, but because it's like they don't represent the characters that they're meant to represent in a desperately interesting way.
They feel very low effort.
Yeah,
and that's a shame.
just like blue. It's like okay, purple. Yeah, okay, we're purple. It doesn't help that both of the car modes are silver as well. That
That
help.
doesn't help at all.
That's that one.
But,
That's
I
that mode.
mean Black Arachne, at least they could have given her an alt mode where the color is more of a bronze. Oh yeah, that car in a bronze. That would be.
At this point, I was out of Binaltech, as the next one up was the Akura RSX Prowl. I hope I said that name right. He came in 2 flavors, a American version, which had a few more tampos on him, and an Autobot insignia, because I guess they didn't care anymore. And the Japanese one, which had Japanese kanji, a bit of a different paint job, it looks like, and then the light bars on both of them. Was the light bar? No, the light bar is the same on both of them. My bad. Are the color schemes different? Or is it just the way the photos
slight difference? So there's no. The shield on Prowl is missing from the Binaltech version.
Yeah.
There was no Autobot logo on the chest. We can't tell about the gun because they've not got a picture of the alternator figure's gun, which is weird, but okay.
No, or his nightstick for whatever reason. Even though the nightstick is probably the right size, it looks like a wand from Harry Potter. Or a very, very sad lightsaber.
That's unfortunate. And the sad thing, it's actually kind of accurate as like a traffic marshalling wand.
Yeah, it's not for beating the shit out of people with.
Yeah. And the gun is kind of weird, but okay.
I wish we had a better shot of it, because it's a little bit incomprehensible in his hand. This is odd, purely on the basis that we had a Datsun mold effectively already.
Yeah.
And Prowl is the OG Datsun, at least in my eyes. We do have a car bonnet chest, but instead of it pointing forwards, they've pointed it down. So it is a little bit different. It is a different transformation to the other ones. But it does make his chest look incredibly huge.
It does. It just feels weird for they used this car design for Prowl.
Yeah.
But then did Red Alert as asterisks in using the Subaru like the Datsun brothers had.
Yeah.
Rather than doing a Prowl out of that mold and make this Red Alert.
Yeah. I don't understand it.
Because this is Red Alert, this is Sideswipe. If other than whatever the hell, I'm trying to work out if they've missed. Yeah, they've missed. Have they mistransformed for legs? Yeah, they have, because the.
Oh yeah.
Because the rear bump or the bumper is supposed to fold round over the tires, not
so they made a mess. Oh, okay. The American ones made the mess up. The Japanese one is the correct way to transform it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that massively changes it super much. But
no, it still looks stocky, but not as stocky as.
Yeah, it looks more awkward with those knee things on. But yeah, he looks like he's got very, very short thighs either way, and then very tiny, weedy little pea arms. Proportionally, this one's a bit. Is this the worst proportionally that we've seen? I think it might be just because of how big that chest is.
I think so, because the other ones, their proportions, there's normally something to balance things out.
Yeah. Like, granted, for the Datsun, let's just say the Datsun. For the Datsun mold, the chest pointed forward, so it's not quite as aggressive, and then you have the tighter, like, abdomen area, so it kind of flows. Yeah. I am happy to say this is the most awkward proportionally. That's fine.
I think it is down to those arms. If those arms were just a little bit, a little chunkier, that could probably have helped. But, or maybe if the doors could tuck away around the back, that could have helped potentially. Maybe. But
I don't know. Yeah, because the doors are technically not in a place where they'd be for Prowl either. They're more on his shoulders pointing upwards, flat for some reason. It's odd.
Mm,
There were two versions
very
of the
odd.
Prowl. There was a standard Prowl, and then there was a vivid blue pearl edition. And then for America, there was camshaft. So the pearl, well, that's not the right one. So the pearl version of Prowl, it's not going to show me. No, it's not going to show me. Fine, I didn't want to see it. I imagine it's just. Oh no, it's below. I'm stupid. I'm a moron. I just scrolled down a small amount more. Yeah,
It's not a bad. It's giving more blue slash silver streak vibes, but
is it
it's
looking
not.
more in proportion somehow?
Yeah.
Is
The
the
legs
chest
feel-
different? Because it looks way smaller than at least the production photos that they're using for the normal Prowl. It looks way more in proportion.
I think partly because with the normal Deco Prowl, they've painted the front of the bonnet in black, along with the bit of the car that goes with it to form his chest. So it kind of cuts off the chest in a way. It just kind of does weird things to proportions. Then you look at the blue deco, and because it's all one solid blue, that I think does a lot to help with the proportions.
How bizarre!
It just reads better than the others do, because you've got that.
Weird.
Just yeah.
Let's see what it says about camshaft.
The arms still don't quite work, but it works
it's still
better.
a little off.
But I will say though, that's a lovely pearlescent blue they've used. That's really nice.
Yeah, it's very good.
Hmm.
It's weird because camshaft as well looks like he's reasonably in proportion as well. Is this just a case of they did actually remold the front of the car? Is it just actually remolded? Is it different?
It doesn't help that all the pictures of Prowl are at weird angles. I don't think it was. I think it's just. Oh, is it?
I don't know. I don't want to say it's definitely 100%. It's a different chest. But I feel it's a different chest. It looks like it might be a different chest, but I don't know. I might just be crazy. I might be looking at the stars and seeing something that I shouldn't be seeing.
I'm thinking the fact that the chest on these two being a solid color as opposed to the black bleeding into the black of the waist on the main version is helping with the proportions.
Maybe.
Although camshaft is a bit of a. God, that's a dull grey color, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is like boring gray. I don't know why you color him like this. This is boring gray, black, and then bits of blue with a gold face. It's someone half-assed this one in terms of coloring. It's just like whatever. It's gray in it. It's normal car color. Mr. White says with the white chest, you can't see the contour line down the front. He says maybe that's the reason why.
It's hard. It's harder to read the contour line. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in person, the Prowl wouldn't look as weird as he does, at least in the photo we have here from TF Wiki.
It also helps that the pictures of Blue Prowl and camshaft, they're not in that aggressively down angle that the two white Prowls are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you're not getting that forced perspective shortening the legs for you.
That's weird. Either way, I'm happy to say I'm
really
weird.
is. Very weird.
Next up, we have Skids, which is the Scion XB Autobot Skids, who seem to have been done into two versions. Say what the two are? The Broad Blast, or is that another one? No, that's another one. So yeah, two versions of Skids. One in his normal standard color, and then another in, I guess, the Scion version with an X flame symbol on the side of him. The happy kind of what?
No, it's just it's such an urban Japanese vehicle. It's so aggressively Japanese urban.
Oh
and then they've given it that really full-on flame deco.
I thought it was a K car at first, but it's too big to be a K car. K cars, for those not knowing, being the very, very tiny, but very economic Japanese city car. but they can get blown over in a strong wind, I hear.
Yes, my parents have a Suzuki Wagoner, and I can confirm.
Oh,
yes,
really? Oh well.
Yeah.
What do we think of Skids here? He looks like at least the Scion version looks like he has a tiny head. The normal Skids looks like his head is in proportion to the rest of him, at least.
I'm not sure if they've.
And the arms look really thin as well.
Yeah.
Again.
I mean, the forearms seem fine. It's the biceps that are a bit odd, I think.
And the shoulders are pretty small too. But yeah, definitely the biceps are weedy.
Yeah, I think partly it also is the angle of perspective photography for the two. Because again, normal Skids is in that slightly down angle, so the head reads a bit better, whereas Scion is
slightly
more front on. So,
yeah.
So the head is just kind of buried in the chest.
I feel that the color scheme between the two of them are pretty similar as well, just on the basis that one is a much darker blue and one's more of a bluey blue. But feel like they're too close to the spectrum, and they both have red on their body and then silver as well. So again, they feel like they're edging too close to the sun in terms of being similar in my eyes. I think they have two different heads, though, it seems, right? Or is that just copium?
I'm not sure if the cheek guards look the same between the two heads, but I can't tell. It's because of I can't tell if they painted the crest silverish white on Scion, so that means it's blending into the white background. Yeah. Whereas on Skids, you can see the crest.
Anything, so I'm guessing you're right.
No. Weird.
I don't know. Visually, how do you feel about them? It looks like, to be fair, it's probably one of the most faithful to Skids, I think. Generally speaking.
I mean, it's Skids. I mean, he's never really had a particularly exciting alt mode.
I'd argue this is probably his least exciting alt mode, because I think his older version was a little bit more happy than this.
Grandma
car.
That's
and it looks like a really good grandma car, but it's definitely like a grandma car.
Oh yes, this is the sort of car that back in the day the Top Gear boys would get their mothers on.
100%.
To do a feature on,
and it was also done into Broad Blast, which is, what if we made it silver? Oh, is this for this is the Binaltech Asterisk line. So this was done into Blaster, where they gave him a new... actually, is that a new head? I don't think that is a new head. I think that's just the Skids head.
Yeah, that's just differently decoed, which kind of works for Blaster, to be fair.
Then they put some stickers on the side of him.
It is funny, though, that it is kind of funny, though, that it's this mold again with red arms.
Yeah, it's red once more. The sticker sheet also has some green stickers and then some fire effects stickers, which is kind of funny. Comes with small human girl Lumina Hoshi. Let's have a look at Lumina Hoshi. She looks like a lady who's a teacher. Oh, I'm guessing she's a news reporter. She's got a little camera, I think. Is that a camera? Maybe. It's either a camera or a cell phone or a radio.
It's a camera.
It's hard to tell because it just looks like mush a little bit.
Well, if you scroll up to the top of her character page, it becomes much more obvious that it's a camera.
Yes, that does look more like a camera. Yeah, okay. Oh, it looks like she has a Pokedex as well with her.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of. She does the same thing as the previous one, where you can rip her arms off and give her the hand-drivey hands and then rip off her lower torso and put on the city legs. Though she looks a little bit more awkward sitting in Blaster than the previous one. It looks like her feet doesn't really touch the floor. Like if she actually sat back in her seat, like her legs are not reaching anywhere.
Yeah, that's...
Bless her. She's the 4-foot girlfriend in the giant monster truck who can't reach the pedals. Oh, she's trying her best. Bless her. And always fun to see these little things. It's neat. What do you think of the blaster? Because the blaster just is a bit too boring. I think the red alert was more interesting because he was.
I think the fact that he's just silver. If he had been done in red, full on blaster red, all everything,
it would have been more interesting at least. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Instead of fire effects as well, I would have said like have some like music instrument notes on or something like that. Maybe some boombox stickers that you could stick on the side of the doors or something that could be a bit more interesting as well and blasterish rather than fire.
Absolutely.
Fire doesn't say blasted to me.
No, it's very odd.
Mr. White says, if you could have detached the hood and they had a tape-styled engine, with this line they didn't really. With the asterisk line, which was only 3 figures long, they didn't do any new molds. I think it was just the exact same molding, so I think that would have been a bit too much for him. The new thing that you got was the small anime woman. That's what you got with all 3. You got a small anime woman. I don't know why asterisk was a thing. I don't know why it ran for only 3 figures. What was the one we missed? Oh, it was Sideswipe. It was the dead end mold that got done into Sideswipe, who came with Junko. Junko, who looks like she is an anime character. Very, very much so an anime character. I'm guessing she's meant to be like maybe a rally girl. Is that what they call them? The ladies who flap the flags at the rally events, to send the cars on the way.
A racetrack girl.
Yeah. She looks like one of them, but then she's got like Captain America wings on the side of her head. She looks a bit awkward. But yeah, that's otherwise it's just the Sideswipe figure, which is kind of lame. So yeah, don't need to talk about that. The last figure I got from this line was this one. It was the Optimus Prime, who was a little bit on the awkward side and quite thick and chunky. But he is a Dodge Ram STR-10, which is a massive super American car. In terms of like, that's something an American would have, and I'd be like, oh yeah. Don't have that in the UK, please. Our roads aren't made for you.
No.
Even though I've seen people try and drive American cars on British roads, and you're like, bruh, what are you doing? We're not designed for this.
It's the funniest thing, isn't it, to see people with those big ass. I've seen them try and park in our local town's multi-story car park, which is hilarious. Given
these cars are perfectly fine on the motorways. It's as soon as you get into cities and towns, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Fucked.
Because all of our cities and towns are basically built off medieval, if not Roman, layouts.
Yeah, they're made for horse and carriage.
Yeah.
Not made for American-sized mega car. Silly people who buy them.
Yes.
Mr. White says that Junko looks like an extra from Ulysses 31. That is a good call. That is a solid call. She kind of does. Prime always looked like Sideswipe on roids. That's an interesting way to phrase it.
That's fair.
He is very, very red. And he is very thick and girthy. Like, because he is a Dodge Ram, and he's got that, what do you call it? The boot? Is that what you call it? The trunk. The bit at the back where you put all your shit. But it doesn't.
I think they call it the bay.
The bay?
The cargo bay.
Yeah. Because of how the bay is and then being the side of the legs, he's got this big L gap in his leg.
Oh, yeah.
Making his leg quite thick. Like, it's there because it's part of the bed. So it's not like it's like hollow. But it makes grabbing the leg and bending it, like grabbing something larger than you'd think to grab a figure of this size. And I mean, just looking at the figure, you can see how girthy he is and how many parts will just bump into each other.
Yeah, this is a Prime who's not skipped leg day.
Or chest day, or any maybe arm day. His arms are quite thin in comparison to everything else. I do like his gun. The gun has quite a nice transformation to it for the engine. But again, it's just a really big figure, but not in a good way where you go, oh, wow, that's a big figure. It's like, oh, that's a big figure. That's how I'd phrase it. Did you have this one, Big D? What the fuck?
I didn't, sadly. Again, this is when I remember seeing the pictures of it when it was released and people chatting about it. I did think it looked like a fun take on Prime. It's still recognizing Optimus Prime, just different enough to be interesting.
Yeah. I don't think he was awkward to transform. I think, but I say that. I think I did it once. I think. I can't remember. I have to find where the fuck it's gone as well, because some reason TF Wiki kicked me back from it. Hang on. Vinyl. Spell anal correctly. There we go. Anal. There. All right, found him. I didn't have either of these versions. I had the Nemesis Prime or Black Convoy version.
I thought you were going to say you had the Kiss Players version for a second there.
I don't think there was any difference. No, there is a mild difference. It comes with a small anime woman.
Slightly worried.
Yeah, it comes with a small anime woman and a surfboard. Surfboard that turns into a weird sword. The box art packaging is quite provocative, I suppose you could say, if you're kind. It's a vibe, as they say. I think it came with this includes a CD featuring the first 5 episodes of the Kiss Player radio drama, as well as some exclusive bonus audio adventure. Someday, Beneath the Sun. Ah, fuck.
Oh, Lord.
I suck his camshaft. I change his oil. I fill his brake fluid up. I can't think of any more sex.
Oh, thank God.
I wish I could. I'm not versed in my car knowledge enough. But I don't think it does it say anything about different paint? Anything?
It doesn't. Like you say, it does look pretty identical to the other 2 versions, to be fair.
It looks similar. This set was originally intended to be released under the Binaltech Asterisk line. Oh, and look at that. As Black Convoy meets Marissa. But this release was cancelled before it was announced. So I'm guessing this was going to be done as a Black Convoy for Japan.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I suppose. And then there was the Nemesis Prime, which I think was a San Diego Comic-Con 2006. Jesus Christ. 20 years ago, exclusive. Apparently, prior to that, he was released in large quantities at retail in various Asian countries, becoming a shelf warmer there, ironically. Later, he was offered in Australia through online stores. A few weeks later, he showed up in massive numbers in Australia retail stores Toy World for half the price. Wow. The Australians getting fucked once more, I suppose. There you go.
Yeah.
I had this version, and he's nice, you know.
It does look good in Nemesis / Black Convoy colors. Yeah, I dig that.
It's just the figure, but what if black and a bit of that nice blue? And it's like, yeah, it's nice. But I wish I could talk more about it, but I really don't remember much of it. I think I still have it upstairs somewhere. And like I say, I think I transformed it once and went, yeah. That was a lot of the feel of Binaltech, I think, for me generally.
Yeah.
It had a lot of that feel of you transformed it once and went, I'm all right. That's good.
There was a bit of that, wasn't there? There was a case of you'd go through it and go, that's cool. Transfer back.
I'm trying to think what it was about it. Was it just like something about... Maybe it was slightly awkward to transform? Is that what it was? Generally
there was
speaking?
A bit of that. I think also because they didn't really fit anywhere, you know? Because...
Well, that doesn't explain why I wouldn't pick it up and fiddle with it more, you know?
That's true.
It makes sense why, because I got a masterpiece toys, why I'd get rid of it.
I wouldn't have wanted to try and do one. I did try and do a swindle without instructions. I didn't have them to hand when I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Yes, because that would have been pre-YouTube transformation videos, right? Which are actually technically a godsend, I suppose.
They didn't.
Figures like this.
They didn't even have instructions on the Hasbro site at that point. I went through all the instructions they had listed, and that one wasn't on there.
No, if it was like before 2010, I don't even know when they started putting up instructions on Hasbro.
They did have some up there pre-20.
Truck bed. Okay.
Yeah, they did have some instructions up pre-2010.
Did they? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember going on there, but it was a very bare bones experience.
Well, next up, we have Mirage. So, like I say, I was out at this point. He was a Ford GT Mirage. And he looks pretty good, to be honest. He doesn't have the standard front of the car chest bonnet thing, at least. He's not Mirage colors. He's in a very dark blue again with the white stripes going down him. He does have a Mirage-looking head. So luckily you can look at this figure and go, oh, that's Mirage. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's not Mirage Op Mode, and it's not 100% Mirage colors, but it's not bad. I do dig that.
I do think it's weird he has like the baby blue hands and elbow joints compared to the rest of them. I guess it's to break up the solid, like super dark blue, but it's also kind of contrasting as well in a weird way because it's not on enough of the figure.
Yeah, I get a feeling if they weren't going to put more of that color in there, they should have just stuck with that darker blue for consistency.
Or black, I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
You can never really go wrong with black. It's always like a fairly soft neutral color, especially to go against white. It might look a little bit cleaner than the baby blue. Unless, like you say, they could have just gone. I don't even know why they'd put more baby blue on the car mode because there's not really anywhere you can put baby blue and not make it look weird. I don't think.
Yeah.
Not really. And I don't think the car manufacturer would be, baby blue on this style of car. Yeah, that's what we want.
I mean, this was like Ford's premium supercar.
I mean, it is a very nice looking car, not knowing anything about cars. I like the weird dip in the bonnet for no particular reason.
This is the one that quite famously Clarkson test drove in Detroit.
Oh.
Because he first tried to get into... he first tried to get into an original Ford GT, and then he got into the tribute one, which is what this is, which was made in like, I think they only made maybe not even 1,000. You had to be on a waiting list or something. But his, quite famously, he and Howland both ordered their dream cars at the same time. And when Clarkson's arrived, it broke down like four times. It broke down at the studio.
Oh no!
It broke down at his house. It broke down on his way to the studio.
Yeah.
And even better, the fuel efficiency on this thing. He had to refill it, I think, twice just to do a round trip to the Top Gear studio back to his home.
God. So not exactly fuel efficient, is what you're saying. This is a rich man car that burns petrol like there's no tomorrow.
Which is ironic, given it's the original GT. It's a Grand Tourer. It's supposed to be used for things like Le Mans and stuff. It's a touring car. Yeah, it's.
Well, gotta burn a few fires for this car then. XL Head says the only thing awkward of Prime was his stubby arms and how much the change Marissa Fairborn for KISS players and still be set in G1. I mean, everything about KISS players was kind of weird, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know about what do you think about this Mirage though? With this, I think if I was still into Binaltech, this would have been one that I would have been more happy to have. I think it looks from this one picture. It looks a bit more interesting and polished in a weird way.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. I think this has got a lot of. It looks like they've solved a lot of the issues some of the other ones had.
Hopefully.
It probably still wouldn't be one I'd want to maybe mess around with repeatedly or go back to very often.
Yeah.
But in of itself, I think it looks really nice.
And of course, with this one, we are just going off how it looks because neither of us have touched it, so it's hard to know if there's anything like egregious about it, which was like, oh yeah, this was actually as bad as Grimlock or worse than I can't imagine it would be worse than the Grimlock figure. I'd hope not, at least. There was another version of this figure done in clear plastic, so I mean that's brave, but okay.
Very. If this is a case of why?
I don't know. The hands are not translucent. The feet are not translucent. The elbow joints are not translucent. For some reason, the head's translucent. I don't know why you'd made the head completely translucent as well, but they did.
It's so odd, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it's it says it's an e-hobby exclusive, but I still look at it and go, yeah, but really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I mean, the problem with Mirage is that because
Oh, it's to represent his invisible mode, apparently. But even then,
because it's just the easiest redo of a figure they can think of with Mirage. We'll just do it on translucent, and every time it always looks weird.
The Japanese love translucent plastic, fully transparent figures. They love it. They do it with every, well, not every, but they do it with loads of Gundam kits as well. I'm like, who buys these? Who does that? Not me. Who does that?
No.
Right, we talked about Ravage before. We're going to talk about Ravage again. It's the Jaguar XK.
Wait, we're not going to talk about Hot Rod?
Oh, was there? Oh, no. Well, we can do. Oops. So there's a Hot Rod version.
They redecoed Mirage into Hot Rod. Twice.
Twice? What do you mean twice?
Well, they did him as alternators as Rodimus, and then as Kiss players as Hot Rodimus.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yes, alternators is the redeco of his Kiss player Hot Rodimus toy. Let's click on that one as well. Let's see if there's a there is a difference. Oh,
yeah.
Look at that. Why would you have two different versions?
The Kiss player one that's exactly the one that Clarkson got. Red with white stripe.
Did it come with a little Asian girl?
There's not a safe way to answer that question.
Well, no, there is. You just say, I don't know, maybe. So yeah, this one's more color scheme wise. The Kiss Player one is a little bit more in line with the previous Mirage because it has the white stripe going up it, but it does have. It looks like fire effects painted onto the inside of the wrists.
It looks that way.
Bits of orange on the chest. The head looks like it's new, but the head looks like it's too big. Looks a little bit on the large side, and the yellow is very aggressively yellow.
Oh yes, that's a very bright yellow.
Yeah, like Play-Doh yellow. Looks weird, and it does come with a little Asian lady, or a little Chinese lady in a Chinese dress, and a fishing rod, which is it's cool. It's that one time from the movie. The American version, it's hard to tell because I don't know whether the flash on the camera has kind of wiped out some of the color. The red looks a bit weird. I assume that's going to be the flash more so than anything else. Because if you look at the fire effect on his chest from Robot to Car mode, one's more vibrant than the other. So again, I'm guessing that's the flash. He still has the flames painted on the inside of his forearms. This one seems to be a bit more traditionally Hot Rod, just because it's got like more flame tampos on him.
Still that very aggressive yellow they've used in spots, though.
I guess it's just the stuff they had with the mold, and then went, well, he does have yellow in his look, I guess.
I mean, it works as a Hot Rod.
I think it works very well as a Hot Rod, to be fair. I'm sure people are sad that there was no Pank version, but
actually, this one. I'm pretty sure that's the alt mode they used for the early IDW version of Hot Rod. That they used, I think, from Escalation onwards. And I think they may have used for body design as well.
I can only remember when Hot Rod was the horrible monster robot realistic design from when they from after the Asian series.
Oh, the
whatever that one was called.
Not all Hail Megatron, the series that came after that, the ongoing.
Yes. Yeah,
the
one that had the Combaticons and the Predacons in South Korea or China or Russia or wherever it was.
In both, that was a weird series.
Yeah, where they went, we'll make them slightly movie-esque designed, and they all look like.
And the weird thing is, it was Don Fig.
That's right.
On the art.
Yeah, it was so annoying because Don Fig could draw, and he was drawing this shit, and it looked so bad.
And they got him. They wanted that look, and it's just like.
But it's bad.
Why?
It's bad. Why do you want this?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I'll default to you then, and I'll say yes, it's probably early IDW Hot Rod. But now we'll move on to the Jaguar. No, it's fine. Thank you for reminding me. Otherwise, it would have been the thing we missed. These last two apparently were Walmart exclusive, so this was the only way to get them. I don't think these were released as Binaltech figures. It doesn't say they were, as far as I can see. So previously, Ravage turned into a man. Now this turns into a cat. Not a cat man, just a normal cat. And I don't know. I think this looks weird. I like the car mode. But it looks odd.
For me, it's the back half of the cat that looks weird. The front half, I'm down with. The head looks great. The four legs, great.
What about the internal body? I think it's the internal body, that kind of lilac color, which is clearly the bottom of the car, that looks a bit weird.
That's true.
And it feels like the cat's shoulders are quite high up, and its head's quite low down. If you know what I mean. Maybe again, it's just the angle it's looking, but again, it looks. I like the head. The head's really good. That's a solid Ravage head, and he does have a posable tail. Most Ravages don't have posable tails, even if it is maybe like one or two joints. It's still something there. I hope, but I don't think its mouth can move up and down. It doesn't look like there's a screw in there, but it might. It might just be on the other side of the head. I don't know.
It is a bit weird because the photography as well is odd because like you can see the hind leg on the other side of the robot where it's got a bend at the knee, but you can't. But then the hind leg on the side facing us.
Yeah, it's hidden. I think it's there, but it's hidden by this weird flap.
But you can't see that flap should also be on the other side of the cat.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
clearly those flaps can rotate in a way
that they've just not.
Yeah, they've rotated one and one the other. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. It's odd. Yeah. It's a weird looking figure. I don't think it looks awful, and I think we've seen worse proportioned figures than this.
Oh yeah.
You can tell it's unique compared to other ones as well. I mean, especially with how it transforms. So that's something at least.
I mean, it's certainly got better proportions than most of the Ravages we've had.
Yes.
As tapes in the last 6 years.
Yeah, loads of them.
So,
I think still I prefer man cat than cat.
I would say so. I mean, this gets points for inventiveness and novelty.
Yeah, it's literally the only one in the line that's like this, so that's something. Exelhead says... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, the execution is where it just falls down.
Exelhead says, are you guys including Alternity? No, we're going to be doing... If we do Alternity, that'll be later. I've never handled Alternity, so it's a little bit harder to comment on that stuff. Also, the show's running on, so... Mr. White says, it was an interesting experiment. Fun fact, I knew an artist that created a massive buzzsaw figure out of a full-size Land Rover. What the fuck? And it had this sort of bulky feel. Interesting. That is also really weird. Like out of a real car?
Very.
That's odd. Why would anyone do that? Okay. Why not, I suppose. And the last figure is Rumble a Frenzy. Mr. White says out of a real car. That is... Okay. Well, someone's going to have a project, I suppose. So this is a Honda Civic SI Decepticon Rumble or Frenzy, depending on, lots of options, I suppose. He has no hands, it seems. Unless it says something... Does it say something in the description here?
No, instead of performance, he features spring-loaded pile drivers released from his upper arms.
Spring-loaded?
Yeah, so he's got no hands, no arms. He just has pile drivers, which is a choice.
It's a choice. It's an option. They've tried to make the faux chest with like a tape-looking bimbles in there, I suppose. The color scheme seems odd, like the face, because it's a gray helmet with a black face and blue eyes, and then a bit of gold trim.
Yeah.
So his face gets lost a bit. Are they going off the toy? Maybe, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Now, aren't Honda Civics not cool cars? Or are they cool cars? Or is this a cool Honda Civic?
They fluctuate.
Yeah, because I'm sure I've heard Honda Civics, and people don't say it usually in like a praising kind of statement, usually.
It depends if you got a basic one or one that's been tuned.
Okay. No, that's not a great sign.
It's one of those cars that the base model can be basic as all like, but it can get fancier the higher up you go and the more money you pour into it. Like anything, but it's actually kind of weird because it's almost the same car mode. Do you remember? Not for was it for Animate? No, for Prime when they did Rumble and Frenzy. It's almost the same car model they used for that as well.
Oh no, yeah, I do. Yes. This yeah, you make a good point. This looks kind of similar to that figure in some aspects.
Yeah.
Not entirely, but the fake chest no, because the fake chest was a Gundam, was a gunman from Gurren Lagann kind of face. But no, I see what you're saying. I'm attributing things that this isn't.
And it's interesting that this figure as well, they got the gun barrels on his back.
Yes.
But
it's a classic look for the Rumble Frenzy.
Yeah.
So that's nice that that's there. You can't use the guns though.
No, for pile drivers, it's nice to have them, but they're kind of...
They look awkward and like thin.
They do.
Like they look really thin. Like they've not shown it at the best angle where he's like raising his arm upwards, and then you see this really thin sausage that is the pile driver kind of going.
But I don't think there's even enough in there for them to go down very far.
Not really. Like not compared to the actual arm, because I think at best they probably compress to the red part, right, which is the edge of the car.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be a big pile drive.
No.
Because the top of the car, like the top of the shoulder, is going to be where the spring is clearly. So it feels like they're sacrificing for gimmick again a little bit.
Yeah, but that's a shame because that with proper arms would actually have been a decent take on.
It wouldn't have been bad. I don't think it would have been amazing. Like I look at this and I don't go, "What a cool looking robot." I go, "Okay, well, that's okay." I wouldn't buy it, but it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
Excuse me, unless you disagree. Is this something that you think is really poggers, as the kids probably don't say anymore?
Not really. I mean, it looks like it's gotten through a lot of things like the legs and the hips and the waist look fine, as in they're a lot more successful than some of the other ones we've looked at tonight.
Yes. Yeah.
But man, those arms where they've just shoved into the pile driver. Look, it's great they've tried to do pile drivers, but that's taken away anything else. It's such a...
It's a really big detriment, right? You look at it and it takes away from the figure quite a lot.
Yeah, if you didn't know that it had those pile drivers, and you were just buying it because it's a new version of Rumble, and you opened it up, you'd be like, and transform because it comes in car mode, you'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Especially when they probably randomly pop down as well when they go swing, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? What's this? Why are these here?
And alternators weren't necessarily a cheap toy line, not unless they went on clearance.
Weren't they like £35 or something like that?
Yeah, they were an expensive part of the line to collect.
£35 back then, I think, was not leader price, but close to leader price. I think.
And it was because part of it you knew you were paying for it was partly to do with the license for the car. You were getting a very accurate car mode. And
for the time, a reasonably complex, big toy as well.
Yeah. This that gimmick, man. Yeah, that's
on the lame side. Mr. White says, the awkward metal arms remind me of the sort of unwieldy metal elements that large robo machines used to have, like Bug Bite. I could see that. Yeah. And Axel Hedge says, Honda Civic, the generic of cars. I'll have to take people's word on that because it means very little to me. There you go. That was the alternators line. All in all, an interesting experiment. I think this was an interesting step for Hasbro and Takara that then eventually moved into much more complex stuff because you could see that this was the beginning of the Masterpiece line. We had Masterpiece 1 and then we kind of ignored this stuff and went full on Masterpiece toy. You could argue that these were kind of like the proto-masterpieces, right? In a way.
I would say so, yeah. But it's like the dry run for what Masterpiece would eventually turn into.
Yeah, that came out way more frequently as well than Masterpieces, so you actually got more characters to fiddle around with rather than just MP1, because MP1 to 3 took a long time to come out.
Oh yeah, Masterpiece in its initial releases was much more of an event.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then once they locked in and they shifted their focus to much more tune accurate designs, they started to really kind of start to crank them out quite rapidly once they got the formula down.
I'm still surprised it lasted like 3 years, because it started like 2003, I think the first one came out.
Yeah.
And, 3 years isn't too bad of a run, to be fair. It's not a huge range of figures, but for the kind of figure it was, I think it was
I mean, for what the line was, I think it's it's an interesting footnote in the line.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think it's an important footnote, because I don't necessarily think you get to where what Masterpiece eventually becomes, if they haven't done alternators and Binaltech before.
Yeah, this was their slightly higher end figures that were maybe for collectors in a sense. Not really, like these weren't for, you wouldn't get this for like your 8-year-old. None of these are really for your 8-year-olds. None of them were.
And in fact, I don't think you get where the movie line starts to go. Well, when the movie line kicks off, and because a lot of what went into those, they had to have kind of learnt it with these.
That's an interesting thought. Yeah, I mean, technically, we did jokingly say that I guess Kiss Players and Asterisk was technically the first Human Alliance figures. So
yeah,
maybe that's where they got the idea from, because it would have been similar designers, I'm sure, working on both projects. Maybe.
I'm just trying to imagine someone at Takara having to threaten the designers for about any time they dare to breathe the word Kiss Players in the conversation with the American team.
Well, weren't the first Kiss Players were Revenge of the Fallen, right? And they were the size of Voyagers, so they would have been arguably reasonably comparable size-wise to these things.
Oh, the Human Alliance, yeah, they would have been, yeah.
So I wonder if it was just the same designers, maybe.
That's not a bad point, to be fair. Huh.
I wonder if I was more into this, I would like quickly check to see if TF Wiki actually had the it doesn't say, like, I don't think it says who designed them, so maybe it doesn't say on TF Wiki. Either way, that's us done for Binaltech. Obviously, we wanted to do it all in one part. We might cover Alternity, but I'm not sure, because it was a reasonably small line. I think it only had like 3 or 4 figures at most, maybe even less than that. I'll need to figure out what line we need to cover after this. Yeah, because I can't remember what we've covered and what we haven't covered now at this point. Because there'll definitely be Chug stuff that we still have to go through. But I can't remember where in Chug we kind of left off. Anyway, that's a future me problem. That's a 2 weeks in the future me problem. Big D, where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
Oh, I am everywhere as David Kelly. You can't miss it. It's a really weird Welsh spelling of the name. I contribute occasionally to ukanime.net. I really need to get something into them, because I've got some horrendous Gundams that I need to vent about.
What Gundams?
Oh, I built the real grade Akatsuki.
Oh no! Did it have an inner frame, like the real grade inner frame?
Well, that's the thing. It uses part of the Strike Gundams in the frame,
right?
Which is one of the early real grades.
Yeah,
and I knew there were problems with this kit. So when I bought it, I actually ordered an upgrade hip kit.
Oh, okay.
Online.
Did it help?
To give it a bit. The thing is, I actually didn't mind. The build was fine.
It just doesn't. The real grade kits, unfortunately, because of those, at least with the early inner frames, they just loosen up really quickly over time.
The annoying thing is that it's the shield. I can't get the damn shield to stay on, because every time I've put it in the hand and then tried to attach it to the forearm armor, either the hand explodes or the piece of forearm armor falls off.
Okay, that's not good.
No, I put the whole thing back in the box after a while. It's all built. It actually looks brilliant. It's got the color separation the high grades never had.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So in that regard, It looks great. Sweet Jesus, is it a pain in the ass?
Are you going to buy the Fat Cat real grade Burning Gundam, the one that's been upscaled to master grade scale? Sort of master grade scale. Apparently, it's the best knockoff kit a lot of people have had.
I'm not sure. I am looking at the knockoff high grade Serpent kit that's coming out, which is supposedly the 1/100 scale Serpent downscaled to 1/144.
Is it worth getting that? Because they are like doing Endless Waltz Sandrock reasonably soon this year. So,
that's due out soon. If you can get
I
one,
say that because I'm like, well, of course they'll do the Serpent, right? But then they still haven't done the Taurus, the Aries, the Pisces, the Cancer, the mobile doll, the green mobile doll, the Tolgis 1, 2, 3, the Epion for Wing at all for some reason.
Well, no, you can get the Tolgis. You can get all three of them in real grade, and it's supposed to be
they're not high
really
grade.
good.
And there's no reason why you can't get them in high grade because they've done the Leo, and the Leo has like the lower half is just done for the Tolgis.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's going to be interesting because I'm actually looking up on my shelf now. I have all the original Endless Waltz kits, the 1/100s and the 1/44s.
Like the originals.
The originals from before they had high grade and real grade.
Oh no.
And in fact,
I remember going to Woolworths and getting Heavy Arms and Epion in 1/144 scale no grade back in the day.
Oh yeah, the thing is, the Endless Waltz kits were actually a lot nicer all scales.
Yeah.
The Sandrock high grades for 1/100 high Sandrock's really nice because it actually has a cloth cape. Fun.
Not as good as the current new one though. The new one's way better.
The new one looks tasty, and I'm annoyed that when it was for pre-order, by the time I got online, it had already sold out.
That's Gundam. They don't make enough of them for some reason. When's it meant to be out? Do you know? Have they actually announced like a month? Is it this month? Next month?
2 seconds.
Or is it just like first quarter something? Also, I don't know why you start off with Sandrock. Maybe it's because they want to start off with the least cool one, and they'll probably save like Death Scythe for the last one because it'll be the most popular.
Well, the funny thing is that they did Sandrock. Sandrock wasn't the first of the high grade after colony kits they did. The 1/144s.
It was Wing, then Wing Zero,
then Wing Zero. But then Sandrock was the first of the other ones they did. So it took them a while to get through all of them.
Oh, I know. Shenlong was reasonably recent. I still don't have Shenlong. I'd like to pick him up, but not available on Mandarake, unfortunately.
I mean, I have all the high grades I need to get built.
You haven't built them.
No. I've done Sandrock, Heavy Arms, Ultron, and Death Scythe Hell.
Oh, so you got the P Bandai ones as well.
Well, they're actually they've released. No, it's not P Bandai because they've released them outside of Japan as regular releases. What? So I went on Gundam Mad had them back in October.
Okay.
They've had them coming in quite regularly. So rather than paying like 40 quid a pop, I paid 20.
Okay.
I need to get the customs of. I'm not sure I'm going to get the customs of Sandrock and Heavy Arms though, because it just gives you an extra gun.
Yeah, they're lame.
That's all they do extra.
There's no point.
But I have the entry grade winged coming in, and I've got the Wing Zero high real grades on back order. So, but I should get the rest of those built because they are nice kits.
Yep.
Fairness.
Yep.
For current ones, but it would be nice to have more of. Because I've done the real grade Epion, and that's a gorgeous kit to build.
I'd prefer them to poop out some proper high grade ones. I want them to complete the Wing high grade line, preferably.
It would be nice. I will say the thing is, apart from this Akatsuki, which I booked, it's using an old inner frame. Pretty much all the real grades that have been released.
I've got the who do I have? I've got the Tolgeese. I've got the Sazabi, I think. Yeah, I've got the Sazabi, which was really nice.
Ooh. I've heard that's a nice one.
Yeah, I can't remember offhand the rest.
I have
real grade.
No, because I've built the original Granddaddy real grade. but I have.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was the first one I bought, and that kind of
super rough.
Yeah. I want to get the 2.0 version. That's supposed to be really nice.
Oh,
but
I've got the Unicorn and the Banshee. That's the other one. Sorry.
Well, I've got the new Gundam, the Impulse, the Torgeese, and the Torgeese Mark III to build in real grade. So I might try and maybe do one of those this week if I can. That'd be quite nice. Maybe do some more reviews. Sandrock. That is due at the end of June.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's not soon. It's still arguably a while off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, I do stuff with the Fluff and Hammer. With Mr. Gruff, we do the Patreon exclusive Deeper Dives. I've done some stuff with yourself, whilst there were some issues with technically on the Gruff's computer.
Oh, yeah.
And with Mr. White, we do the Fluff and Busters show, where we pick a film and we talk through it. Do a nice classic commentary style.
Yay.
Where we just meander and have a laugh. Mr. White he's got his own dedicated little YouTube channel now. And Mr. White has been beavering away putting out some of our back catalogue as well as new stuff. For December, we've gotten out almost all of Lord of the Rings. We just got the last part of, I say we, he's working on the last part of Return of the King to get out, probably, if not the end of this week, probably next. But
chop, Mr. White, back to the editing mines with you. Crack.
But he is in the process of moving, so we make allowance.
Lazy.
But he's been working like a machine, bless him. But that's been doing quite nicely. We've gotten almost 100 views on a couple of those, which I'm quite happy about. Yeah.
Mr. White says D has provided moral support.
Yeah. Sadly,
it's just like, not really.
I need to do more. I know. But
I don't think he was telling you to do more.
No, that's me telling myself to do more.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
But yeah, that's me.
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decayed Andy. Been playing games, been playing Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn, got Kazan, the first Berserker, to keep going through. I'm on ccbunker.weebly.com and other places for the Moonbase 2 podcast. You join us on the Sunday. You can find us here at 9:30 in the evening UK time, whatever that is equivalent U time wise. Moonbase 2 Transformers podcast, all the usual places, Libsyn and all that jazz. Those are the places I haunt. And this week I have been building stuff that I got from Japan. So I got the Leo R, S, and N, the custom CG unit.
I'm minorly jealous of that because they're quite nice looking kits.
They're very fun. The Leo was always kind of like a reasonably solid but a little bit flawed kit. These are all really good, and they're all
nice.
They're all really nice and fancy. And I'll take some photos at some point. I haven't done any work on them to I don't have any Gundam markers left, and I've been tempted to get the little pen that you poke them with, and it just kind of does the thing. I've been tempted to get one of them, and then I'd like to get a top coat as well for them. I've nearly finished building Gundam Rose as well from G Gundam. I've just got the head unit to build, and then his Rose bits, and then he's done. He's really cool as well. The way he comes together is really good. He's got really, really good part separation and very few stickers, which is great.
Nice. That's always fun. That's always good when that happens, when you don't have to worry too much about stickering stuff on.
Yeah, he feels like a P Bandai kit. Unfortunately, a lot of my tastes are for the weird suits, and thus that means that P Bandai locked off. Because I've been looking through since I stopped getting kits, I was like, okay, what kits have they done that I'm interested in? And there's only one mainline kit that I liked, which was from Gundam Witch of Mercury, the Schwarzwurzetet.
Oh, the Schwarzette.
Yeah, the one with the big sword that turns into lots of smaller swords.
Yeah, that is quite nice.
It's the only one I liked, and unfortunately, I didn't think Witch of Mercury was a very good show. And I don't think G-Quux was a very good show either. And they also had weird designs in G-Quux, very weird designs. So yeah, there's still Gundam Maxter from G Gundam I'd like to get. Gundam, Dragon Gundam from G Gundam, who I'd like to get, and Mandora Gundam from G Gundam, who I'd like to get as well. I don't know why they did that one either. Mandala Gundam. It's like, why would you do that one? Why wouldn't you do the Shadow Gundam? Why wouldn't you do Schwartzbruder's Gundam? Why would you do this random dude from one episode?
I think some of it's because they have done a lot of G Gundam over the years. So I think some of it was just kind of like filling in odd little gaps.
No, they haven't done a lot. They still don't have the full main cast. They don't have the Bolt Gundam. They don't have Schwartz, which is arguably a main secondary rider. They don't have any of the other, like Mandala Gundam is okay, but there's other like Gundams in the fight in the show that they probably should have done. They haven't done the Devil Gundam. There's been no Devil / Dark Gundam. There's loads that they haven't done. You said they've done a lot. They've barely touched G Gundam.
Well, I meant kind of before the modern era of Gundam kits.
Well, yeah, I mean every show's done the full line of figures in basically no grade.
I mean, outside
pretty much at least.
Yeah, I mean, at least if they're doing stuff like releasing for suits from the second half of Wing globally as non-exclusive kits, that gives a little bit of hope that other shows that have had success outside of Japan, like, because G-Gun does have a fairly dedicated fan base outside Japan.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't very well loved though outside of Japan.
Yeah,
and that doesn't mean they'll make a kit. That just means the kits will eventually come out. And I think if they were going to come out for America, they probably would have at this point, because the Maxter's not new. And I don't think Rose is new either.
No, that's a good point.
XL Ahead says, wouldn't Devil Gundam be hard to do? It could be. If you do it in its first form, where it has the big bum, but it's like the bug bottom, you could do that. If you try and do the Devil Gundam where it's just the torso with the giant Gundam head underneath, you could do it, but that would be the harder version to do. The very first version of it, when it lands on Earth, yes, I think that's possible to do, because they originally did a kit of that version. I don't think they've done any other version of it, to be fair. And there's a Bandai FW Gundam Convert EX19 Devil Gundam, which is like an SD version of it. So it seems according to Mandarake. It's not in stock, but there's that, which I wouldn't get. But there are ways to do it. Yeah, either way, I've got my I might be silly and buy more because I'd like to pick up the Maxter. I'd like to get the rest of the G Gundam ones when I can. So usually it's pick up one, and then you have to pick up a few others to make the postage justifiable. No, that's what I'll be doing, potentially. Maybe some Armored Core kits will go along with it, because the Armored Core kits look pretty nice. The 30-minute mission ones, at least, so it's about nice still. Either way, we'll be back here next week, maybe for news, maybe for toys, depending on how generous Hasbro is with its dishing out of interesting new things and doodads. But thank you once again, Big D, for talking with me tonight.
No worries. Always a pleasure.
And we'll catch you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.